Another great Saturday night from the Northern Premier Hockey League from MPHL Central. This time, it's a repeat from Lindsay's Recreational Complex Center. It's the Lindsay Barncats as they host the Durham Hawks. Representation, that's the focus of tonight's legendary tilt between two rivals. When you love the town you play in, putting on a great show is not enough for the upper elite hockey players. They want results. They want their fans to look at the newspaper the next day and be excited their club got the 2 points. While watching the game, they want their fans to say, wow, are we ever buzzing tonight? Most importantly, they want their fans to be proud to cheer for their favorite team, to be able to speak openly without embarrassment about their hometown heroes. And for these two teams, they have done just that. Both clubs' fans can and do speak openly and often about how excited they are for their beloved clubs. Neither are exactly where they would like to be in the standings, but rarely is that ever the case. Expectations are always very high for great clubs, and this is no different. But as long as when playoff time comes, they have their best game going for them, that's all that matters. The last time these two clubs faced each other, 7 players were teammates just 1 season ago. Representing a different franchise, and when friends collide, you always wonder, would there be sparks? Would there be fire? And who would get the last laugh when it's all said and done? When the final buzzer sounded, a 6-5 decision was not enough to solidify either club as the dominant team. So, 1 week later, we are back at it, and I have a feeling that nothing will be settled until one of these combatants are eliminated from the playoffs. But one thing that was clear, the 7 skaters who once played for the Oil Kings have really taken to their new surroundings in Lindsay and Durham, and have shown they are ready and willing to represent these beautiful towns doing whatever it takes to get the win and make sure the fans go home knowing everything is left on the ice. And that is what's in front of us tonight. These two teams we knew going into the season were going to have a rivalry that would stand forever. They played each other the very first game of the season in a 6-5 win for the Durham Hawks. And it was an incredible game, let me tell you. But in the first game, all 4 goalies were used. So tonight, Adam Wisco, he'll get his chance for redemption versus the Durham Hawks. And, throughout the 2 games, it's been both 6-5 decisions for Durham. And Michael Swift, who, from what I got prior to the game, is in the lineup. In the lineup, but there's still a question if he's in the lineup. He had 4 goals and 3 assists in the 2 games. Matthew Baxter has a couple of goals and an assist. And for Durham, Andrew Reinhold with 4 goals and 2 assists. Brian Bittler with 5 assists. And Taylor Best with 2 goals and 2 assists. So the Sparks are ready to fly, and we are incredibly excited here, myself and James, to get this one rolling. And for these two clubs, I mean, Lindsay started off the season 4-1. Their only loss came to these Durham Hawks in the opening game of the season, so they were really rolling. And Durham started their season off 5-0, and they were smoking. But since then, Durham has went 1-4 in their last 5 games and set 6 wins, 4 losses. And Lindsay at 5-4. In second and third, respectively. If Lindsay can get a win here in regulation, it will be their 12th point of the season and put them in second place, tied with Durham, and also with the game in hand. And why I'm talking playoff implications is we are exactly at the 10-game mark of the season for Durham. Well, they're 11th, so we are 1 game past there. We're in the second half of their season. And for Lindsay, this will be their 10th game of the season. And we are only 10 and 11 games away from the playoffs for these two teams. So seeding will start to take shape, and both these teams will start to try and carve their opportunities into the playoff picture going forward. So get buckled up, folks. Every single week is going to mean something to both of these hockey clubs. The County Royals, as in that division of the Highlands, is sitting only 5 points out, and they have a great club over there, so every point between these two teams will really matter. And sitting at the top of the Highlands, the Deserano Bulldogs, they're 1 point ahead of the Durham Hawks. And tonight, Deserano will be playing those Wellington County Royals. So it's kind of a funny picture. Durham and Lindsay would really like it if Wellington would lose to keep that distance, but to be honest, Durham and Lindsay would both rather a loss from Deserano. So Durham could either leapfrog the Bulldogs, take over sole possession of first place, or Lindsay close the gap to within 1 point, taking the lead in the Highlands. A lot of games going around the league tonight. It's, as I said, it is a 10-game schedule tonight. We have a couple of finals. The Ironprior Rivermen dropped an 11-2 game to the North Dundas Rockets. Bryce Luker, from what I've seen, it's his first game played, stopped 38 of 40 shots he faced in that one in an 11-2 win, which is surprising and incredible for him. And if it is his first game for the North Dundas Rockets, the defending champions, who've won 3 of 4 championships. Mitchell Gibson, a goal and 2 assists. Fabian Walsh ended up with 4 assists. Tanner Williams, 3 assists. Eric Locke and Andrew Rajanovic had 2 goals in that contest. And the team they beat in the championship last season, defending champions of the West Conference, the Smith Falls Burritos, beat the Westport Lumberjacks in a 6-1 decision. Tate Leeson, the leading goal scorer in the NPHL. Well, he's first by 6 goals over Andrew Reinhold, who is in this game, and Cameron Robinson as well, both tied at 11 goals. He had 3 assists on the night. Spencer Cobble did 2 assists. Leo Todd and Andrew Sprague had 2 goals. And Dallas Slack, again, a 6-1 win, but Dallas Slack stopped 46 of 47 shots directed his way. Tilbury Bluebirds, they're going into the 3rd period as they lead the Stratford Irish 5-2. Ryan Polidori stopping 27 of 29 shots through 40 minutes. Jake Durham with 3 goals. Dylan Denum with a goal and 2 assists on the evening. Tonight also, here in Lindsay, it's mascot night. The Pete's mascot is coming, and also the pro lacrosse team from Oshawa are sending their mascot, so we'll try and get them on camera as well throughout this game. And, you know, they're always trying to have something going on around here in Lindsay to put on a good show for their respective fans that come out. The last time we were here was a really good showing, and tonight is no different. From what I understand, I'm just going to check my notes here. It's going to be Adam Wisco will be playing tonight. He last season, he hasn't played a game yet this year beside the first one. He went 5-4-0 with a 442 goals against average so far that season and an 899 save percentage with a shutout. He will start in net for Lindsay and for Durham. Not 100% sure yet if it's going to be Stephen Horn or Alex Lapazera. But either one really can put on a show for their clubs. Big game. Last weekend this game was incredible, and the theater was magic. I'm pretty sure it was the 6th goal that Durham had scored to make it 6-4 was no, it was the 5-4 to take the lead. That's right. The goal that took the lead 5-4 for Durham was a play behind the net. Will Jones skating it up along the half wall and then into the mid-ice area, flipped it in because Andrew Reinhold, his teammate back in Tweed, his former teammate, comes skating right at him and went to smash him up against the boards, and he missed him with the hit. Will Jones had flipped it up. It was caught by the defenseman, sent back up to Andrew Reinhold as he was streaking in, and then beat him 5-hole. It was a beautiful goal. They added an empty netter, and with the net empty, Lindsay scored again to make it 6-5. So it was a great tilt, a great game, and we'll be looking for more magic here tonight. quickly before we get to the end of this, read the league message here from the NPHL. It says, as we near the end of October, it's clear that the Northern Premier Hockey League is thrives. The league continues to attract and develop high-end talent, and that skill is showing up in every rink. From overtime thrillers to defensive battles and highlight reel goals, the energy across NPHL has been electric. The tight games, an up-and-down schedule, and several emerging rivalries adding even more to the mix. Lindsay Durham rival, as we have it here tonight, is a huge rivalry. Manotick North Dundas as well has been an incredible rivalry. Alvinston and Orangeville out of the Metropolitan continue to dominate. Stratford along with Strathroy continue to persevere week after week. Big games culminating with a rematch of a championship match they had last season. It's been so impressive to watch, and the newcomer Six Nations battling with these top teams with their first year in the NPHL. These are the storylines that define the NPHL and make every weekend unpredictable. The league is in excellent health as October winds down. Our organizations continue to grow stronger, our players continue to raise the bar, and our communities continue to show incredible support. The work is not done yet, and as a league, we will continue to be better for our organizations and strengthen our product on and off the ice. On behalf of the NPHL, I want to extend a sincere thank you to all league staff, volunteers, coaches, and officials who make this league possible. Your commitment is the foundation of everything we do, and it's what allows this game and league to keep getting better every season. So that's from the league. We get that in. Just read off all the standings. I'll tell you, are really starting to heat up in the West. The Smith Falls Greedos sitting 2 points ahead of the Tweed Oil Kings, and Oil Kings are 4 points ahead of the Westport Lumberjacks. And the Tamworth Sabres are sitting 6 back of Westport. The Manotick Mariners, the only undefeated team on this side of the hill. They are 2 points up on the 7-1 Shawville Pontiac. Shawville has been incredible this year. Madawaska Valley, they've only played 6 games. They're at 4-2, and they sit 6 points back of Shawville, which could be 2 points if they had played as many games and won both those games. Hagen Falls Rapids are 2-7, and Aaron Pryor Rivermen are 1-8 on the season. And in the Frontier Division, the North Dundas Rockets, they've only played 6 games and they're 5-1. They're tied with South Stormont Mustangs, who are sitting at 5-3 on the year. Quasasney Wild, they have a terrific team over there, let me tell you. They're sitting at 2-5, and South Grimble Rangers at 2-6. They had a really hot start to their season as well. It's just not completely gone their way in the later stages of the season. And with the massive amount of games around the league tonight, we will keep you updated as the night rolls on. Buzzer will sound here. We'll get the ice cleared and flooded. But we'll keep you updated on that and all the great things happening around the NPHL as they start to load up for the playoffs. So James has put together a highlight package from that game. We're going to play it right now, but we'll also play it in the first intermission as well. It's from last weekend, 6-5 Durham Hawks victory over the Lindsay Barncats. It was an incredible battle. They battled right to the final buzzer. So, yeah, James put this together, and we hope you enjoy it. Across the blue line, off the glass, and sent out to center. Here comes Durham. The pass over. Reinhold scored! Andrew Reinhold on the rebound, and he knocks it home, and the Hawks score Ackerman first. Couldn't control it, and that was luck for them. An opportunity here now through center. Nice move around the D, looking in front. He'll get him, and he scored! Michael Swift buries it, and Lindsay in the late stages of the first have tied it at 1. Make the smart play to bring it back into his own zone to get this moving back the proper way for them. Over to Dakota Betts. the offensive defenseman. The shot, scored! What a rip shot! And the excitement commence. What a shot, laser beam just over the glove. Huh? That pass moves up into the front of the net and they score! Oh baby, what a play, and it looks like Durham is ready to start rolling now. And Lindsay knocked down that chance. They're in, streaking on the left side, chance, scores! The leading scorer, Cameron Robinson, looking to lead the charge, and a comeback for the Lindsay Barncats, and they make it 3-2. Blue line gets a hard pass over there. Scriver, some of his tape coming off his stick. They got a break now, and it is a full breakaway on goal. Scores! Noah Party ripped it top shelf, and we're back 3-3. What a hit by Brian Bickle along the wall. That sift pass up. Best now trying to do a toe drag, but Noise was better for that. Rhino tried to, or Smith tried to keep it in. And yeah, you see now Best. Chance now across the line. Opportunity here for Lindsay into the slot. Point, fake the shot. They'll set it up. Looking into the shoots. That one Swift. The rebounds there. La Pizzera with 2 great saves. That one popped out the other side of the net. Over, scored! What a pass! How he's seen him through all that traffic. La Pizzera's not happy. He felt like he got bumped, to be honest with you. He felt like he got bumped just before that play, but that was a beauty pass right below the dot. One teed it in, and Lindsay, with 3 unanswered goals, have stormed back in this one, and it's now a 4-3. Lindsay lead, 4 with a minute 33 remaining. Lemke trying to throw it to the slot. He will. The backhand pass over. Bickle, slot, Betts, behind the back to Rhino. Shot, a great block, and they're turning it back the other way on a 3-on-1. Skating in is Elson. Oh, toe drag. Keeps over. Oh, he just missed the top shelf on that one. Lindsay, counter punch indeed, but they just couldn't find the back of the net. Chason threw it up the middle, and that'll be gobbled up by Smith with 1 minute remaining. Will Jones fakes the slap shot. He'll backpedal into his own zone behind the net, off the boards and out through center. Killed another 15 seconds off the power play, might be 20 before they bring it back inside the zone. Chason rink wide, kicked in by Rhino. Rhino trying to go to the net, he can't find the handle. Back to the blue line now. They'll set up. Second line, O'Donnell, point shot through, just so that the rebound! He shoots and scores! Off the back wall, to his tape, and in. What a play there. And it was a shot from the point that all he was trying to do was put it on the net. Missed the far side, and it come right to his tape with 27 seconds remaining in that power play. And Durham finds the back of the net, and it's now 4-4 tied again. This is so weird to see the boys playing against each other. Thanks for the stream, fellas. Yes, indeed, Super. I wanted to make sure I tagged you guys. I should have tagged the Booster Club as well, so every angle was covered, but I got thinking, geez, I should have tagged Tweet in this as well, because they would love to see this game. It's not as great as having Super do the broadcast, but we're trying to do our best, let me tell you. So it's on the half wall, and it's picked off, and Rhino, the shot, stopped by his buddy, old Will Jones. And I'm imagining he's happy. Oh, he faked out Jones there on that play at center ice, and he's got the puck. Rhino shoots and scores! Andrew Reinhold, as we were talking in the break, the game-winning goal magician, and finds the 5-hole after he stripped his old buddy out there in Tweed, former Tweed Oil King Will Jones, and beats them 5-hole, and it's 5-4 with 2:53 to go. Wondering why. Kicked over, pass again, and Party is just out of the reach of him. Rung it around the glass, the blue line, and on goal, and it's in. Baker salts possibly the game away. They could score 2 in 42 seconds, but that empty netter gives them a 2-goal lead in the zone and behind the net, and Lapazera will let it go, and this game is winding down to the point. They'll shoot it. Lapazera will stop it. The rebound is in, and it's 8.4 on the clock. It's 6-5 now, and can Lindsay pull off a miracle? wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. But in actuality, every day is the good old days. But if we break it down, recognizing and realizing that that family you created, that job you love, that friendship group you're now a part of, if that's what brings you joy, that's the good old days. For myself, I know that covering these great games for this great league with my wonderful son, that will be the good old days for me. For a lot of the hockey players on these frozen waters, tonight, they will look back fondly on this experience as the good old days. Playing in front of fans who love their small town in Ontario as a high level of hockey club in a very respected league. Getting asked for their autographs, hearing the roar of the crowd, and being able to feel like the star they are on a weekly basis. Making a memory can't be manufactured, it can't be forced, but it can be scheduled. Every weekend, all through the winter at the local hockey rink, where memories are made, dreams are realized, and the good old days become a weekly adventure. The good old days, 60 minutes at a time. Enjoy. Hello everyone, I'm Billy Bowl alongside my trusted colleague and son James Bowl, who will be doing all the technical aspects you will see tonight. Two clubs who are very familiar with each other. Many of them were teammates for a long time before this season started. If not, they battled opposite each other for many years, and they rekindled that rivalry twice this season. And in both games, we were given the same 6-5 score, both in favor of the Durham Hawks, and both on Lindsay's home ice. These two teams play one more time before the season is over, so Lindsay needs a win here tonight if they want to have a chance to even up the season series. And that's what's in front of us here tonight, folks. The Barncats, the Hawks, becoming forever rivals in the Northern Premier Hockey League. 10 games remaining, 11 for 1 before the playoffs start. Now's the time for the push to the playoffs and solidify themselves near the top of the standings. We'll send it down to ringside for the pregame ceremonies and our O Canada. This is the introduction of the, as I was saying in the pregame, some of you weren't here, but it is mascot night here in Lindsay. And Oshawa, their lacrosse team, brought out their mascot there. You see him in the black. And also the Petes are bringing out their mascot as well. I don't have the information on all of them, and it's actually incredibly difficult to hear over the loudspeaker. It looks like Stefan Horn is going to be the starting goaltender tonight for the Durham Hawks on the season. He's 2-1 with a .428 goals against, an .896 save percentage. That was something that I did not know prior to the game. I do now, so I thought I'd pass that on to you. If you're at home at the other end, it's Adam Wisco. As I was saying in the pregame, he'll get his redemption opportunity as he played the first game of the season as well, folks. Okay, it's O Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the starters tonight for the Durham Hawks. Wearing number 16, Andrew Reinhold. Wearing number 18, Justin Lemke. Wearing number 29, Brian Pickle. Wearing number 77, Dakota Betts. Wearing number 34, Taylor Best. And wearing number 31, starting at goal, Stephen Horn. And here are your starters tonight for the Barncats. Wearing number 3,
Another beautiful rendition of Our O Canada. Will Jones will start out. Michael Noyes. Cameron Lamport. Cameron Robinson. I think Noah Party is the other one starting for the Lindsay Barncats. At the other end, Andrew Reinhold. Number 16, Justin Lemke. Brian Bickle. Dakota Betts. And Taylor Best. That's what Durham Hawks will send out for the first shift. As I said, Stephen Horn is the goaltender tonight for Durham. He's sitting at a 4-3-0 record with a 548 goals against and 865 save percentage. At the other end of the ice, Adam Wisco. He's only played one game this year. Last season, he was 5-4-0 with a 442 goals against and an 899 save percentage with a shutout as well. He's got some beautiful pads as well. And he'll be showing that he looks like he is geared up. And maybe James can get the goalie for Lindsay just real quick. He is looking like he is ready to go. You just seen him. It was great indeed, yep. The fans here are pumped. They are excited. And we are up here right above rink level. And we are joined with most of the fans here. Angie, thank you very much for tuning in. We love doing it every single weekend. We'd love to do a couple games if we could. Hopefully that will be in the very near future. Joshua, thanks for tuning in as well. And Peach Goldfish, thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, and Canadian, just passed there shortly, not too long ago. If you're in the stream and want to say what you're thankful for, go right ahead. Also, the good old days, that beautiful quote from Andrew Bernard from The Office. I love that. I love that saying, and that's our topic of tonight. We're in the good old days, folks. If you're involved in any of these teams, cheering for them and above, you are witnessing an incredible spectacle. And I'm very privileged to be along for the ride and be your voice for this league. And we're underway. Taylor Best cuts into the middle, passes it over, backhand, stop the rebounds there. They can't put it home. Bickle shoots, scored! He banked it in off Adam Wisco from in behind the net, and Bickle pops it home, and it's 1-0 early for the Durham Hawks. And that is Bickle's 8th goal of the season in his 9th game. And it was a smart play in behind that net. That National Hockey League prowess coming to the forefront in this one early. And we've got ourselves the first goal of the game. Opportunity now for Lindsay to strike back. They've lost by a total of 2 goals in the 2 games, both 6-5 finishes, and both here in Lindsay. So they'll be looking to turn the tide here early on if they can. O'Donnell, he was solid in that first game that we were able to watch here last week in the second game, I guess, but our first game. First telecast, Durham inside the zone. It's in his feet, didn't see it. Threw that in behind the net. Ackerman in the corner, trying to dig that out. Support by Nesbitt for Bassett. Trying to muck it up and move the puck. The ref is getting impatient, but it is moved. It will go out and in behind the net to Darren Doherty. To center, hits a stick, goes up. Owen tried to knock it down. O'Donnell in behind the net, and Lindsay will make a wholesale change. Durham do the same, forwards at least. Waiting for everybody to get set up. Back in behind the net. Looking for a long ice pass for the Hawks. They'll get to the blue line. They'll get sent back in. Behind the net for Lindsay. Up through center. Crosses the blue line, drop back, and a chance here. And the shot, looking for a redirect by Ryan Oliver. The shot from the point, it's in front of the net, and a chance, shoots, and it deflects up over the net. Back in behind, and on the half wall, and Durham is out through center. Good opportunity here. Robinson was trying to find his footing, but he couldn't. Behind the net, goal. Bring it back to the point. That shot, and a nice save by Wisco through a screen. And he'll hold on for the face-off. shot. Wisco will make the save on that one. To our left here. Face off to the left here. Chris Jones. Can't win that one. Lindsay will take control. Won't get out to the blue line. Sent back in. Hit somebody, and that's back for Lindsay. Horn will play that one off the wall. Lindsay will look to regain the puck here. And they can't. Sent around to Lemke. On the far wall. Rough stuff is starting already. Best. Close that up to center. The red line and in. Good headman pass, and that went over into the slot. Threw that right out of the danger area. Just trying to clear it out, and that'll go up and over the bench. And we'll restart it. 16:45 remaining in the first. The action is fast and furious already. Hi, Brenda. I'm glad it's up on the screen there. We love doing that at home too. We'll cast it up there. Makes for a better experience, let me tell you. Hope it's coming in crystal clear. Got ourselves a new cord and whatnot, and trying to make it the best experience we can on the budget that we have. Rhino drop pass to Best, and it didn't complete, so they'll retreat back into their own zone. Hello, Cheryl. I'm glad you're watching. #1 fan. We're glad to bring it to you live as well. Betts to Lemke. Lemke throws it through the mid-ice area, and Rhino comes in with good speed. Passes it back from that spot he was in right there. He iced the game away for Durham last weekend. Shot hits a stick and a knuckle puck in on Horn. He somehow makes the save on that one. Back out through center. Racing in on the near wall. Looking cross ice. He'll find him, and he rung it off the post. Rhino, and that laser beam crossed over to O'Donnell. Looking back to Jeffers. Shoots, and Wisco at the top of his crease. Makes a tidy save there. And Lindsay will get it out through center. And the change for Lindsay is they are gassed. Durham sees it. They'll try and get into the zone quick. Ackerman was looking for the return pass there. It will not come. Lindsay out through center. That pass knocked down inside the Durham zone. Ackerman to Baker. Back over to Ackerman. Ackerman, a nice move in. Fancy shoots, and a stop by Wisco. Kicks it out to the neutral zone, and Nesbitt send it right back to where it came. Wisco will glove it down, and he's going to hold on to that. Freeze it for a whistle. Yeah, actually on the way here we got about 40 minutes away from the house, and I realized I forgot the camera, so James quickly got everything around when we got here. Didn't have as much time as we usually do. We're here about 2 hours prior to the pregame to get all set up, so hopefully everything goes smooth. What a hit on the wall there, and that is the type of play that I just love. I'll bring it up here in just a minute. Throwing it out to the slot, and a great defensive play there by Smith. Mackenzie Smith to knock that one down. That could have been a surefire goal if it was a completed pass. Trying to get it was Doherty, but couldn't hold on to that puck for Clark at the middle. They'll elect to go to Ackerman, who is at the end of a long shift here. The drop pass, the shot, and Wisco out at the edge of that blue paint. He'll make the save and hold on for the whistle. That play there when the defenseman and Lindsay had it in his own zone trying to move it up ice. I love that they continue through on the hit. Like that play right there, it's called forcing your team to hear footsteps. The next time that he's got it in his own zone trying to move it up, he knows he's going to have less time because he knows he's going to get hit. If you do what I can't stand, it's my least favorite play in hockey, is the flyby. You just go up, pretend you're going to hit him, and then skate right by him when he makes the pass. They know they've got all the time in the world. And right there, he made sure that his man felt the pressure. And we'll see how that transpires throughout the game, and if they keep it up as well. Oliver across the line. That pass, just about got through and was broken up at the last second. Bodies in along the wall, trying to dig that puck out. Lemke will be the recipient of that. Nice defensive play there to slip it back by Noah Party through center. Betts clean that up, throw it back to Lemke. Lemke will try and move this puck over to his D-man. That's sifted out through center. And very nicely, they'll get across the line. The drop pass wasn't so nice as Bell was being harassed there by Party. We're in the mid-ice area now. Thompson sent into their own zone. And Lemke plays a lot of minutes for Durham. And he does a great job of it. He never seems to run out of energy. He throws it over to Dakota Betts, sends it right through the mid-ice area, and they've got some good speed through center. The puck just out of his reach, hit along the wall by Betts to break up that play, and it's sent along the glass and out through center. Trying to get it over the blue line. The drop pass chance into the slot, and it was broken up and sent back the other way for Lindsay. Jeffers. That pass is sent through center ice. I had that couple of mascots sitting alongside. I don't know if James got them or not, but they're to our right now. And it's great. I think there's got to be 5 of them here. And I'm pretty sure James got them on the camera. Let's see if we can get them throughout the game as well. Draws one in the neutral zone for the Barncats. They'll cross the line, send it into the corner, and around to the other side. O'Donnell took a huge hit there, and he sent that over to Jeffers, who's got speed, and he's in on goal. The shot and a stop by Wisco again. Off the blocker, he's been busy early. Jeffers taking control. He shoots and scores, and it's 2-0 Durham. Holy Dinah, indeed. Austin Jeffers, that's his 2nd goal of the season. This is his 10th game played. And my goodness, that was his shift right there, coast to coast. Got the shot up. Wisco stopped him the first time. He came right back out in front of the net and fired at blocker side. And it's 2-0 Durham early on in this one. Across the line now, nice move through the slender. Chance in a backhand and scores! Lindsay responds right away, and it's 2-1 now. Durham avoiding a huge hit coming across the trolley tracks. A neat little play and a backhand goal. And it looked like Chris Porter is the recipient of that one. If that's their goal song, great job, Lindsay. I love that. Play turns up to Baker. He's in across the blue line. The drop pass connects to Ackerman. He stops on a dime and throws it back to the blue line, and it's sent. Tried to throw it back up, and streaking out was Brendan Wise, but that was knocked down by Mackenzie Smith. That pass to Baker, and he's in offside.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy to have representatives from the
Well, fast-paced action, and Lindsay, I'll tell you, they do not go away. They're an excellent hockey club, and you can never count them out, even being down 2-0 early against the high-powered Hawks. Lindsay has perseverance, and they will not quit. Opportunity here for Sandhill. Thrown into the corner, shot on goal. Wisco stops that. Lindsay trying to get out with it. They can't. Lemke from the point, the redirect just missed the far side. Scriver, point, that's the shot through redirect again. And that'll go into the corner. Looking back to the point, Lemke, the shot through, stopped by Wisco. He'll try to gobble up the rebound. It just keeps going at him. And he'll keep it out with fancy footwork. And that hits Baxter in the back. But he'll get it down the ice, and it's going to go for an icing. Tom Hurt, Jordan, let me know which team he's cheering for. It must be cheering for Lindsay if he probably makes it to all the Lindsay games. Shout out to Tom Hurt, a faithful fan, never misses a game. Jordan Mercier. That's a great fan. I tell you, you can feel the passion throughout this arena. Lindsay really has a strong fan base. Durham as well. I mean, that's Andrew Reinhold. He's making magic happen. He rifled that one just off the glass. That'll ring all the way out to center ice. And Durham's actually made a really big effort of getting us to all of their away games so that their fans can watch them from the comfort of their own home. So both fan bases are massive, and they have great organizations, as Lindsay is having us here tonight, and we greatly appreciate it. That's knocked into the zone, and best meeting the wall. That hit the side of the net and cleaned right out in front of the net, as Thompson was giving it his all on that one. Just couldn't complete it. Rhino across the line. They stay onside, and he dropped past. No, kept the tape secure on that puck. Bickle, the goal early on, the bank shot off Wisco to start this game. Betts the shot, and Wisco will put it down and make the save on that one, and he'll hold on for the whistle. Exciting back and forth action. The Lindsay Recreational Complex, beautiful Lindsay, Ontario. We actually have a Hall of Fame here in Lindsay, and I will bring that up. Half of it got cut off from the printer, so I'll make do with what I have, and I'll bring that up once I have a moment. Some of the Hall of Fame is sprinkled throughout the recreational complex here in Lindsay. It's beautiful. Not every team in this league is privy to a Hall of Fame in their town. It's small towns across Ontario and into Quebec that bring big-time hockey to your home all across, as far as we can reach. We're on YouTube, so you can get it anywhere. I actually had one from the United Kingdom last year, Germany and whatnot. But Lindsay crossed the line, took the man, knocked the puck, and he gets rewarded for it. And on a 2-on-1 opportunity here, but he elected to shoot. He went up top, he put it off the glass. It goes back to O'Donnell at the blue line. O'Donnell will send it along the half wall. Jeffers was taking and making sure that Brad Smolders, the assistant captain and a lethal man for Lindsay, was not away on a break. And that goes to the blue line, kept in, rung into the corner. Jones will be after that quick. But he's met along with Cameron Robinson, one of the leading goal scorers in the Northern Premier Hockey League. He's one of the guys that he's tied right now for second with Andrew Reinhold, Devin Burns, Luke Brown, and Michael Swift, another Lindsay Barncats. So, a pass through the middle to Rhino. Hits the goal. No, that was Clark actually hit the goal post. Could only see the 6 on the back of his jersey, and I just assumed it was Rhino. Opportunity here now for Chris Porter. He's got one already in the game. Moving in behind the net and trying to make it move, but that is a backhand pass right up to the middle. Mitch Marner-esque, thrown at the net, and it hits a leg and goes into the corner. Chris Porter digging, looking for his second of the game to bring the Barncats back to even twos. He's trying to stay on his feet, knocked off his stick. He's still digging for it. Big hit on the wall by Darren Doherty. Ackerman digging now. The bodies are starting to fly, looking into the slot. He'll find them. It hit a foot, goes back to the point, and hops up and over. Michael Noyes into center ice. Sent back up. Chris Porter just gets out of the way of a hit, and he's got to be gassed. That was a long, tough shift for him. And that puck is moved back into their own zone. Durham's Baker. He'll wait them out. Sent, a high stick comes up. Refs did not see it. Sent through the mid-ice area. Clark tried to knock that down. Back was Noyes. That pass over to Porter. Porter sent through, and he'll make a change, but after he makes a nice pass, trying to get a shot there was Wise, but he double clutched, lost it, turns it over, and Tanner Bull walking in. Shot, hits a stick, goes up and into the rafters, and there's 7:10 to go here in the second period, first period, the second half of this first period. They get a number here, because I know that that is not the right number. Sorry, folks. No, it is. I am right. Okay. Face off to the right of Adam Wisco. Both teams, you can tell, they are coming out with a vengeance in this first period. So again, just big hellos to Brenda. And a hello to Tom Hurd, Cheryl. Glad you're tuning in. Hope you're having a great time. Enjoy the game. That's a good one. Baxter behind his own net and sent out through center. Oliver couldn't hold on to that one, and the Hawks will make do. Across the line, Bull into the corner like a bull. Boy, oh boy, he puts his head down, and you better be careful. Number 24 in white, the Hawks. Sent rink wide. Along the half wall. Into the slot, a redirect. What a nifty try there. Thompson trying to send that puck over to Ryan Oliver. Just couldn't complete it. Lemke trying to find a lane. Tried to throw it in. They'll flip it out through center. No, it's knocked down at the blue line. Betts a shot. Redirect. Wisco stops the deflection and holds on to the bouncing puck. And he'll freeze it. Let's see here. The shots on goal in this period. Wisco seems to have been tested quite often and early. Shots to this point are 11-3 in favor of Durham. It draws one. Rhino to the point and shot through is knocked down. A breakaway opportunity and a great play by O'Donnell. Will Jones had to settle that puck down or it wouldn't have done anything. Shot stopped by Wisco. Just enough to keep that out. And it's sent up to the blue line, but Bickle sends it back down to Reinhold as he put a big hit there on Cameron Robinson. Puck squirts out in front of him. Yeah, it looked close. And Durham will retreat to their own zone. O'Donnell had himself a little bit of a forward shift there. And Best is knocked down. The referees are letting him play. Actually, I think, yep, that one's going to be 2 minutes for tripping. And Lindsay will go to the kill, and the Hawks will go to the power play. Their power play this season is sitting at 31% for the... I guess he did get the mascot on the camera there. And the Barncats penalty kill at 69%. But I'll tell you right now, they got to both stay out of the box. Both teams are sitting at 31% apiece on the power play. 75% penalty kill for Durham and 69% for the Barncats on the penalty kill. So this is a big moment. Looks like they're coming out with a flying V. That pass over will connect to Brian Bickle. Bickle to the tape, and it just rolled off the stick, and it'll be sent back down almost by Taylor Best. Oh, Horn slipped up on that one. It almost found Twine. Long ice pass up to Reinhold, and that will come in offside, and they'll bring it just outside the blue line. They're going to send it all the way back into the Durham zone. And that's going to kill a bunch of time off the clock. A minute and 27 remaining in the penalty to Kyle Richardson. I had a friend growing up named Kyle Richardson. He was a really good lad, a little younger than I was, but he was a good kid. Cheryl Huffman knows who I'm talking about. And Durham inside their own zone. Lemke with that strong pass up will connect. It'll be sent into the corner. Bickle, he's a big guy. Long reach to Rhino. That goes back to the point. Lemke back over to Rhino. Looking for down low. And they'll get him trying to throw it out in front of the net. Taylor Best. And he'll be sent back down the ice. 55 seconds. Lindsay will get a chance for a line change. Up through center. Rhino. The sift pass there to Baker. They couldn't complete it. Lemke in his own zone. 40 seconds remaining. In the power play for the Hawks. Ackerman. He's got Rhino with him, and Baker. Ackerman to Baker to Rhino, and his feet. He couldn't get the bobbling puck, and it's a 3-on-2 back the other way for Lindsay. Skating out through center on a break. Baxter shot, and a kick save by Stefan Horn. His first test of the game. Baxter across the line. Ooh, a little how's she going? He'll look to O'Donnell, point, but he'll go to Ackerman anyways. The shot, and that is the third post of the period. My goodness, I know a lot of goalies. Patrick Waugh used to talk to his posts. I'm not sure what Wisco's going to be doing to his posts in the intermission, but he better be giving it a big thank you. Unbelievable. I got to tell you, every arena should have mascots in the games. I'll tell you, they add something big time. Yes, indeed. And there he is right there, the Shark. Isn't that awesome? That puck will be sent down the ice, and there's 3 seconds. They're going to kill it, and that's a big kill for the Lindsay Barncats. Right away, they'll keep it a 2-1 Durham lead. Pass over to O'Donnell, rink wide, and it'll be knocked down there by Brett Gilmore. So glad I get to say his name. Gilmore again. That's sent up. That hits Party. Ackerman will pick that off, get to the blue line, and he'll dump it in. Wisco will meet that pocket. Will Jones, the pass up, and Lindsay is out through center. Looking for Thompson, he couldn't complete it. Pass into his feet. He took him down. Nice there, Will Jones. He is a hard guy to knock down. Smart with the puck. He knows he's got a bit of time. That pass is sent over to Oliver, up to Party, and they'll gain the zone. Party, the shot. It hits a stick, goes up into the mesh, and it'll be brought down inside the Durham Hawks zone. Great action. A lot going on around here in Lindsay tonight. And if you're here, then it's a really good crowd here actually tonight. You've been given quite a treat. That goes in behind the net. Mackenzie Smith, former Tweed Oil King, one of the 7 sprinkled throughout these two teams. Mackenzie Smith waiting it out. A smart play and a good try there by DeVue to try and knock that puck down. Get into the Lindsay zone. But the Barncats looking to counterpunch and tie this game up. Cameron shot. It's stopped by Horn. Settling the play down now. Nesbitt out of his own zone. That pass up to DeVue. Flip that in. Trying to move that puck as quickly as they can as they are being hunted down in their own zone. Knocks it down, across the line, shot, and Stephen Horn through a screen. He makes the save there, holds on for the whistle. Is that the name of the mascot, Angie? Bones? The draw to the right of Horn, one back cleanly. Baxter shot through the redirect. Stephen Horn put the pad on that one. Minute 55 to go in the first period. It's winding down quickly, my goodness. Fast-paced action. The Bull, he'll dump it in and chase. St. Hill, he can't get there fast enough to the blue line and out. Betts, Dakota Betts, another all-star. Well, these Durham Hawks are a slick skating, great passing team. Scriver caught that on the backhand. Pass over, across the blue line, Betts to Scriver. Scriver tried to send it over to St. Hill. He couldn't complete it. To the blue line and out. Richardson, that pass over into the feet of Smulders. He'll throw it back in behind the net to Richardson. Ooh, a big hit along the wall there and a big thud on 24 Bull. 1 minute remaining here in the first period. This game is just ticking along. That's going to be no icing as he tied the stick up instead of going for the puck. He'll negate it. Sent on the glass, around and out in a 3-on-2. Possibly. Reinhold losing the puck there. Great defensive play by Chris Porter. He is having himself quite a first period. Brian Bickle in the slot, and he can't complete it. Off the glass and out through center. On his horse, couldn't get to the puck first. Durham now will turn it back the other way. In behind the net. Sent to the far wall. Looking for a shot. Can't find it. It's the back of the net. Squirt loose. Durham picks it up. Bickle. Nice move, and he's hit by their defense here in Lindsay. Knocks that puck down. He's knocked down again. That was Brendan Wise. And it's going up and into the mesh. I think some people thought there was a penalty coming, but I think it just hit the mesh. 0.8 on the clock. They'll drop the puck. Not enough time to even blink your eyes. so they may just run it. But at any rate, 0.8 to go, and they're going to have a conversation here, the referees, and we'll see what they come up with. I think they may think that it might have been dumped out by a Barncat. I'm not 100% sure. We shall see. But at any rate, it's 2-1 here in the first period. That's what it'll end at. And we'll have the highlights, number 91. Oh, awesome. That's excellent. We'll see what they come up with here, but we will have the highlights and the updates anyways of the games all around the league. We'll try and get those in as fast as humanly possible as this draw will end at the first period. And stay tuned because we have the highlights from this game from last weekend in a 6-5 win for the Durham Hawks over the Lindsay Barncats last weekend. This one will sure to be a tight-knit affair as well as the first period has really said it's going to be a 2-minute penalty to it looks like it's to Brett Gilmore. But yeah, as they clear the ice, we will have the highlight package from last weekend's game between the Durham Hawks and the Lindsay Barncats. So after one period of play, the Durham Hawks lead at 2-1. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this. Across the blue line, off the glass and sent out to center. Here comes Durham. The pass over. Reinold scored! Andrew Reinold on the rebound, and he knocks it home, and the Hawks score first. Couldn't control it, and that was luck for them. An opportunity here now through center. Nice move around the D, looking in front. He'll get him, and he scored! Michael Swift buries it, and Lindsay in the late stages of the first have tied it at 1. Make the smart play to bring it back into his own zone to get this moving back the proper way for them. Over to Dakota Betts, the offensive defenseman. The shot, scored! What a rip shot! And the excitement commence. What a shot, laser beam just over the glove. Huh? That pass moves up into the front of the net, and they score! Oh, baby, what a play, and it looks like Durham is ready to start rolling now. And Lindsay knocked down that chance. They're in, streaking on the left side. Chance, scores! The leading scorer, Cameron Robinson, looking to lead the charge, and a comeback for the Lindsay Barncats, and they make it 3-2. Blue line gets a hard pass over there. Scriver, some of his tape coming off his stick. They got a break now, and it is a full breakaway on goal. Scores! Noah Party ripped it top shelf, and we're back 3-3. What a hit by Brian Bickle along the wall. That sift pass up. Best now trying to do a toe drag, but Noise was better for that. Rhino tried to, or Smith tried to keep it in. And yeah, you see now Best. Chance now across the line. Opportunity here for Lindsay into the slot. Point, fake the shot. They'll set it up. Looking into the shoots. That one Swift. The rebounds there. LaPazzera with 2 great saves. That one popped out the other side of the net. Over, scored! What a pass! Howie's seen him through all that traffic. LaPazzera's not happy. He felt like he got bumped, to be honest with you. He felt like he got bumped just before that play, but that was a beauty pass right below the dot. One teed it in, and Lindsay, with 3 unanswered goals, have stormed back in this one, and it's now a 4-3. Lindsay lead, 4 with a minute 33 remaining. Lemke trying to throw it to the slot. He will. The backhand pass over. Bickle, slot, Betts, behind the back to Rhino. Shot, a great block, and they're turning it back the other way on a 3-on-1. Skating in is Elson. Oh, toe drag. Keeps over. Oh, he just missed the top shelf on that one. Lindsay, counter punch indeed. but they just couldn't find the back of the net. Chason threw it up the middle, and that'll be gobbled up by Smith with 1 minute remaining. Will Jones fakes the slap shot. He'll backpedal into his own zone behind the net, off the boards and out through center. Killed another 15 seconds off the power play, might be 20 before they bring it back inside the zone. Chason rink wide, kicked in by Rhino. Rhino trying to go to the net, he can't find the handle. Back to the blue line now. They'll set up. Second line, O'Donnell, point shot through, just so that the rebound! He shoots and scores! Off the back wall, to his tape, and in. What a play there. And it was a shot from the point that all he was trying to do was put it on the net, missed the far side, and it come right to his tape with 27 seconds remaining in that power play. And Durham finds the back of the net, and it's now 4-4 tied again. This is so weird to see the boys playing against each other. Thanks for the stream, fellas. Yes, indeed, Super. I wanted to make sure I tagged you guys. I should have tagged the Booster Club as well, so every angle was covered. But I got thinking, geez, I should have tagged Tweet in this as well, because they would love to see this game. It's not as great as having Super do the broadcast, but we're trying to do our best, let me tell you. So it's on the half wall, and it's picked off, and Rhino, the shot, stopped by his buddy, old Will Jones. And I'm imagining he's happy. Oh, he faked out Jones there on that play at center ice, and he's got the puck. Rhino shoots and scores! Andrew Reinhold, as we were talking in the break, the game-winning goal magician, and finds the 5-hole after he stripped his old buddy out there in Tweed, former Tweed Oil King Will Jones, and beats them 5-hole, and it's 5-4 with 2:53 to go. Wondering why. Kicked over, pass again, and Party is just out of the reach of him. Rung it around the glass, the blue line, and on goal, and it's in. Baker salts possibly the game away. They could score 2 in 42 seconds, but that empty netter gives them a 2-goal lead in the zone and behind the net, and Lapizzera will let it go, and this game is winding down to the point. They'll shoot it. Lapizzera will stop it. The rebound is in, and it's 8.4 on the clock. It's 6-5 now, and can Lindsay pull off a miracle? Well, after 20 minutes here in Lindsay, we've got the Durham Hawks leading Lindsay Barncats 2-1 in a great back-and-forth battle. But Durham on the shot sheet lead 15-6 over Lindsay. Near out-of-town scoreboard, a busy night in the NPHL. The Arnprior Rivermen were down by the North Dundas Rockets 11-2. Luker again 38 of 40 saves. Mitchell Gibson a goal and 2 assists. Locke and Rajenovic with 2 goals each. Fabian Walsh with 4 assists, and Tanya Williamson with 3 assists of his own. The Smith Falls Ritos beat the Westport Lumberjacks 6-1. Tate Leeson, the leading goal scorer, with 3 assists on this night. 2 assists for Spencer Cobbold, and Theo Todd and Andrew Sprague with 2 goals each. Dallas Slack stopped 46 of 47. Another final were the Tilbury Bluebirds as they beat the Stratford Irish 7-4. Ryan Polidori stopping 27 of 29 shots. Jake Durham 3 goals, and Denham with a goal and 2 assists. And the Alvinson Killer Bees, 8-1-0 on the season, are losing to the Strathroy Jets 4-1. Former NHLer Brandon Prust with 3 goals on the night, and Brennan Feasey, I think it's actually Facey, what have you. He was the lone goal so far for Alvinston. In the second period, Akwesasne Wild leading the South Stormont Mustangs 6-2. Braden Bowen with a goal and 2 assists. Saborin, Stacy, Gibson, and Newhook with a goal and an assist each. The Tweed Oil Kings and the Tamworth Sabres are tied at 2 going into the second period. The Poggin Falls Rapids leading the South Grenville Rangers 3-1. That's also in the second period. Deserano Bulldogs 3, the Wellington County Royals. That's a game that these two teams will be watching quite closely, as Deserano is leading right now the Highlands Division by 1 point over Durham and 3 over the Lindsay Barncats. They lead Wellington County 3-1. That's just in the first period. Manotick Mariners leading the Barry's Bay Wolves 5-1, and that's in the first period as well. A lot around the league, but in this game from Lindsay, Brian Bickle, former NHLer from Taylor Best, that got Durham off and running. Austin Jeffers making it 2-0 shortly thereafter, and then Chris Porter from Brett Gilmore and Darren Doherty made it 2-1. That's where we stand right now. Bickle's goal, a pass from behind, or a shot from behind the net, banked it in off of Adam Wisco, is a beauty. A lot of people would say, oh, it was a lucky goal. No, he meant to do that, and it was a beautiful goal. Jeffers, a one-man show, end-to-end, got a shot off on Adam Wisco. Wisco made the blocker save, goes in behind the net, comes back out in front, and rifles one blocker side again. Made it 2-0, and then Porter's goal between the legs of Stephen Horn, and that's why we are in a 2-1 lead. And a power play for Durham again. That was at the end of the period, and with 0.8 seconds on the clock, so they'll have a full 2 minutes to try and increase their lead to 3-1. Got 3 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the flood. And this was something that I had seen that was really interesting around Lindsay, that they have their own Hockey Hall of Fame. And some dedicated citizens, they all came together with the sole purpose of creating a venue whereby the local athletes, builders of sports and accomplishments, could be formally recognized. And the Lindsay and District Sports Hall of Fame was created in the spring of 1990, and now almost 3 decades later or more, the Lindsay and District Sports Hall of Fame has inducted over 110 athletes and builders and 12 teams of distinction. As well, it has in its possession over 3,000 items of sports achievement and memorabilia. Much of this sports history is showcased in display cases throughout the city of Kawartha Lake, and some garnering Olympic status and success. Not every town in the NPHL has a Hockey Hall of Fame of its own, so it's a great representation of a hungry hockey town here for their Barncats. And if you come to the arena, take a look at it, because it's really interesting to see the long history of hockey here in the beautiful little town of Lindsay, Ontario. Hope you're doing well at home, and I hope you're grateful for everything that you have, and I hope that you're appreciating day by day. Again, if you listen to the early part of the broadcast, Andy Bernard's quote from The Office, I'll tell you, that's really something that not enough people really look into, is that they wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them, because as I said in the opening, this is the good old days for me, and I'm really trying to appreciate it. Doing something that I've wanted to do my entire life, being a play-by-play guy, and being the voice of the Northern Premier Hockey League is something that I really cherish and love, and being able to do it alongside my son has really strengthened our relationship. And people will ask me, I mean, this is a 2.5-hour drive up here to Lindsay. We were in Pogham Falls last season, which we'd love to go to again. It was a 3.5-hour long drive. And Barry's Bay, we've been there the most, and that's an almost 3-hour long drive up there. But the drive, it's not that difficult to do when you're doing it alongside your son, and you know that this is where you're coming to a hockey arena, a small town, the greatest country in the world, through all Ontario and into Quebec. And you know that you're going to see great hockey action, passionate fans, and in my opinion, the best league in all across Ontario. Big smiles on the face of Andrew Reinhold, as always. He's got Bickle along on his left side, so no wonder why he's smiling. And to his right, Taylor Best. Lemke, the point, looks like they have O'Donnell on the other side there. And Will Jones, Brad Smulders, Kyle Richardson, and Michael Noyes are the starting four to kill this penalty for the Barncats. Across the blue line, Rhino knocks his man into the boards. Best over to Lemke, to Bickle, looking to Best. Drop this back, fire it. Comes right around to the other side. And they'll get the puck and move it out to center ice and clear the zone. Horn tries to come out to play it. Lemke there first. Try and move this back around to the other side. Dakota Betts in behind his own net, looking up ice to see if he can find an open man, and he does. Across the blue line is Best. Slot, and a stop by Wisco. Great positioning, great slide, and he'll make the save. .116 to go in the power play for Durham. It's their first shot on goal. It's back to the point. Oh, he just missed the Betts on the right side there. Sift that up. Pass across to Lemke. And get the back pass from Bickle. Lemke curls out of the corner. Sends it right back down to Rhino. To Betts. To Rhino. Looking into the slot. It'll make its way there. The rebound opportunity. Hit him in the face, Will Jones, but he kept it out. Shot from the point, deflected, and a save made by Adam Wisco. He will hold on to that one for the faceoff. Nice work around there by Durham, looking to get it going. They'll bring out the second power play for Durham, but it's really not a second power play. St. Hill was out there, he's incredible. Ackerman back to Jeffers, looking for him. Baker, that's over to Nesbitt. They're both 1A and 1B, really, these power plays. Nesbitt throw that in behind the net and start the cycle. Baker there, looking back to the point to Jeffers. Jeffers couldn't pinch it along the boards, and a break in on goal now is Doherty, and Horn followed him the whole way, and he'll free the puck, and a big hit for Doherty. Knocked the stick out of his hand as well, and this penalty's coming to a close with 8 seconds remaining. Sent back the Durham zone. And the penalty is over, and we are 5 aside again. The neutral zone. Tried to knock it down, but he can't. And to move it back is Robinson. Pass over and in. Nesbitt being chased down into the corner. Trying to dig it out is Richardson. Back in behind the net. Get a little bit of room for what a hit in the corner from Lindsay as they are forechecking hard. Baker across the blue line. Good swats there to knock the puck loose. Ackerman will go back to the point. Sent in behind the net. Will Jones is alone, trying to move that puck. He'll go back the blue line and out. Cameron Robinson across the blue line. Ripped a shot up and over the net. A stiff pass over. Robinson couldn't grab that one. That'll go down into the Lindsay zone. Will Jones kicks it. Knocks his man down with a hard hit there. Looking into the slot. Wide open. Wisco stones him and keeps it out. Now Durham pressing hard. Bull throwing it on goal, and Wisco will make the save on that one. One end, the forecheck is on point. At the other, it continues. Both these teams really going 110. I mean, after that first intermission, it looks like Lindsay's conversation was a lot about forecheck and take the body. And Durham is responding to that. Lemke from the point, shot by Wisco. That bounces out, and that'll get out of the zone. Trying to move it across the blue line, but Durham will respond. Lemke, the pass into the slot, just try to redirect. A little too high and up into the mesh. Well, if you ever have an opportunity to get down here to Lindsay, one of these games, you really need to give it an effort because they have a great fan base and a beautiful arena here. They're always trying to do something for the fans. Face off and Jones. Get it in behind the net. Looking up ice is Michael Noyes. Send it over to Will Jones. Well, that was in his feet. He was crossing. Blue line. Durham. Sending it in the corner. Looking to move that out, and they will. Three of them skate out through center. Will Jones is up there with them. Coming out, throwing it back. Chance shot! And he missed him short side. Knocks his man off the puck. Durham try and turn it back the other way. Change now for Lindsay. It's tough in this second period with the benches on the other side of the ice. They'll complete it. Best to throw it back to the other side now. Noyes is there. Jones off the glass. Didn't get out. And send it back in. A tired line. Reinold and Wisco will make the save, and more importantly, will hold on so they can make a line change for the defensive pairing of Will Jones and Michael Noyes. Reinold, Bickle, and Best out now. Mackenzie Smith at the point. And this bit on the right side. Oliver. That pass over. Nesbitt shot. Fired it short side and wide. Bodied on the wall by the Barncats. It's sent redirected into the zone. On his feet is Daryl Thompson. Looking in front of that net was Oliver, but he tried to throw it back to the point and was pinned off on the wall, and out through center they go. Brian Bickle across the blue line. Bickle takes the hit, but gets it to Rhino, and he fired it up and over the net. Into the half wall here, and he's hit. Lindsay trying to come out with it, and they will. Across that blue line. Oliver, nice move around him, and gets into the forehand, and Stephen Horn will make the save on that one. Put the net back on for good measure, and that is going to go all the way for icing. Alex Bassi made sure the refs knew that it was going for icing. Back inside the Durham zone. Lindsay looking to buzz, looking to bring it even. Soft. Smolder's not liking the way that Best is set up. Rhino will lose that draw. Smolders with a great face-off win there on the point. That shot looked for an intended man in the corner to do what they're doing right now. Work it out from the dot and a shot. And Stephen Horn will make the save, and he'll hold on for the whistle. Great stop there, short side. And Lindsay with that clean draw, that clean win. That's what results. Try and get line change here. Another mascot there. That's back to the point though. Shot through, redirected. Goes onto the half wall. Out through center. Trying to move it back in is Noyes. He'll wait. Send it back. Smart play as they break that stronghold at the blue line. The shot. And Horn will steer that up and into the mesh. 14:04 left here in the second period, and a 2-1 lead for the Durham Hawks. Noyes and Richardson out there for Lindsay, trying to get this going. Brad Smulders taking the draw. Cameron Robinson to his right. Back of the point is Matt Baxter, assistant captain. Smulders as well. Captain on the, or an assistant captain on this club. Face-off shot, and he put it up over the net to the point. Bodied along the wall there. Baxter took the hit, but made the play behind the net, looking for the give and go. And tried to feed it right out in front there to Kyle Richardson. And he just fanned on it. Ackerman across the line, hollering as he's coming in late, but he missed the puck. Pass, missed the receiver, but he got it anyways. And he'll flip that into the zone. And Baxter will make a line change. And a pass up for Ackerman as he's at that blue line in shot. And Adam Wisco, my goodness, he is stellar right now for the Lindsay Barncats. Playing incredible in goal. And really thwarting every offensive opportunity from Durham ever since that second goal. Face off to the right of him. And his Barncats will win the face off. Will Jones will put it off the board to make sure it gets out. Nesbitt. It's over to Bull. And he controls that puck as he was being pressured and gets through three guys trying to get in there first into the corner, and he will. Bull to St. Hill. Back to the point, chipped off. It's out through center, and a hot foot pursuit is Chris Porter with the lone goal. Poor Lindsay gets there first, trying to send that puck quickly out to Darren Doherty. Off the glass and around to the blue line. Will Jones will send it back in behind the net. Porter into the slot, missed two Lindsay Barncats, and the net is off the pegs. A face-off inside the zone. Those pegs in there, secure. Gordy can't win that draw. Mackenzie Smith in behind the net. That's in behind him. Chance down low in front of the net, and he scores! Brendan Wise on a beauty little play, and the Lindsay Barncats take over on a miscue inside of the Durham Hawk zone, and they've tied this game at 2. 12:39 to go here in the second period. That right there, folks, is what the forecheck will do for you. Make you make a rushed play inside your own zone because you know you're going to get hit, and it results in turnovers more often than not. A party trying to break through, and he finishes his check inside the Durham zone. Jeffers will turn back and start to wheel. O'Donnell. Pass up to Best, trying to go around the defender. Give it to Reinhold, over to Bickle. And Wisco knocked the net off, trying to push back off to get over to Brian Bickle in front of the net. And that'll be a face-off just inside the zone. And you get some deeper pegs in. As goalies do, like, I mean, you know, you're going over to the post. I've been a goalie. You want to push. Just touching that net sometimes causes that too many times in the game. We're at about half a dozen already in this one. That's flipped off the glass by Noyes. And he'll receive that puck again. Noyes in, looking to go to the net. Noyes behind the net and look for a wrap. A great play by Jeffers to thwart that opportunity. A chance there. Another stop by Horn. Jeffers, he sees an opening with three Barncats in behind the net below the hash marks. He's across the blue line, the shot. Wisco stops that one. Flipped out, Best, toe drag, look for the backhand, back to the point. Rhino now, he can be lethal. Send that in behind the net to Best. Looking to Bickle in front, shoots and scores! Brian Bickle right in the slot, his second of the game. A great play by Taylor Best. And Durham regains that 3-2, that one goal lead, and it's now 3-2. Great work in behind the net by Taylor Best. And Bickle, the recipient, right on the doorstep. That's Bickle's 9th of the season in his 9th game. He's got 10 assists as well to go along with that. Opportunity here for Durham to open up a 2-goal lead if they can keep it rolling. Lindsay would love nothing more than to tie this up before the halfway point if they can. Clark was interfered with, and they're going to call it 2 minutes. He was in hot pursuit going to the net, and that's going to be a 2-minute minor to Alex Basin. He's not too happy with it, let me tell you. That face-off is into the corner, trying to move it out. And that'll get past Lemke. And try and restart. Third power play of the game for Durham. Betts turned back in his own zone. Leaves it. Bickle now with that pass. Get across the blue line. Tried to make the second effort. They wanted a penalty. Trying to get it in again is Dakota Betts. That's over to Rhino. The ripped shot. Short side and wide. Behind the net to Reinhold. Throw that to Betts. Back to the blue line. The shot for Lemke. Off the glass. Hit along the half wall into the slot, and they'll drill it down the ice. And that'll kill the first minute of this power play. Stefan Horn trying to play that up. That will get to no one a chance. On goal, shoots and scores! Short side, short-handed goal by Chris Horner. It's his second of the game, and it's a shorty that'll tie this game back up at 3. What a shot that was. Holy Dinah, indeed. Short-handed, James. Short-handed, yep. Trying to backpedal in his own zone is Jeffers. Going up the ice with it, trying to create something as Durham was so close to scoring. Lindsay with that forecheck results in a goal. Ackerman going to the net looking for that puck. It'll get deflected back to the blue line. Jeffers over to Baker. He'll send that rink wide quickly. Mackenzie Smith fires it on goal, and Adam Wisco is better for that one. Smith back pedals to the blue line. Good footwork. Sent over to Ackerman. St. Hill. He'll leave it, and Baker will come and get it. We'll go back to the blue line to Jeffers. Jeffers, short side to Baker. Looking to the top of the circle. He will find Smith. Over to Baker. Rolling puck. And Ackerman thought the shot was coming. He was going to the slot. Shot by Baker, and a screen in front was not enough for Adam Wisco. A great supporting staff here for Durham on that goal. It was really a big roar from this crowd, even on the road. James has a lot of stuff to do. And he's focused on, he can zoom in on the goals now with the new camera, so it's he's a busy beaver over there. He's got a lot to do, but he does a great job, big time. That's into the corner, trying to come out with it. It's flicked along the wall, and that puck is going to be sent out through center by Zach Elson in the neutral zone. And that's given away. A break, a shot, score! Lindsay takes the lead 4-3 on another turnover inside the zone, and they are going crazy here at the Lindsay Recreational Complex. Unbelievable. They will not go away. And I think it was Ryan Oliver putting that one home. Well, the forecheck, as I said in the opening, it gets in your head. You know you have no time to get rid of the puck. You've got to move it quick, and sometimes you move it quicker than you want to, and it results in a turnover. Look at the forecheck there. It's absolutely beautiful by Noah Party. That's through the center ice area. That pass over connects. In comes Party, shoots, and he rifled it off his mask, and he went right in. That hit him. Nesbitt drilled Party, and he went crashing into the goal post. I think that the pain to his knee happened prior to the hit, prior to him hitting the goal post. He was in some serious discomfort, but he's able to get off on his own. But yeah, that was a big hit, and he is smarts for it. A great ship by Noah Party, though. He really, a great forecheck results in him getting a great opportunity, but Stephen Horn was there with his melon to make the save on that one. 4-3 for the Lindsay Barncats. They've stormed back. They want to make this a 2-1 series, a 4-game set that these two teams play in the regular season. A big hit there by Cameron Robinson. Rink-wide pass to Andrew Reinold, looking to tie this game back up. Trying the toe drag, and a nifty play there by the defense to knock it away and send out Lemke. They'll retreat in their own zone. Sift up, Reinold, Bickle, touch pass to Best. He's across the blue line. He is surrounded by Barncats. He'll throw it smart over to Bickle. Reinold to Best, knocked off his stick. Chance now for Richardson to get it back in behind the net, and he will. It's sent out to the blue line, and Cameron now will move it out through center. Robinson. Cameron Robinson hit along the wall by Dakota Betts, and you can see the intensity building. Oh, and it was left. Will Jones, it was out of his reach, and it's going to go for no icing. Line change for Durham. A long pass, the touch over. Chris Porter trying to get on that one. Will Jones turns and rifles it from the blue line. Horn can't hold on to the rebound. Turning from the corner, walking out. Porter, the shot, and Horn will make the save on that one. The forecheck resulting again in some great opportunities for the Lindsay Barncats. And to be honest, both sides, I mean, the forecheck for both sides have been really great, but the Barncats are really getting the results from it. That draw is completed. Looked like everybody was kind of confused there for a second. Ackerman through the neutral zone. Good speed drop. Baker, chance, shoots, and he fired it just far side and wide in behind the net. And Will Jones will pick it up. Skate the dot, fired up and missed everybody, and it's going to go for an icing. Great chances at both ends. But right now, it's Lindsay with the lead. Shots on goal 26-18. Lindsay's fired 3 in this period. They've scored 4 of the last 5 goals, and they are really on a roll now. Turning back in his own zone is Chris Porter, as he's had a few of the goals in this one. No chance there. Will make it all the way down into the Durham zone. The half wall. Just out of the reach there. They'll send it back in. O'Donnell turning in his own zone. Now we'll go over to Clark. Clark sifts a pass, which will make it right to Baxter. Or Baker, the shot, hits a stick. Will Jones. And now Lindsay moves out through center again. Will Jones, he's got a boomer of a shot. Shoots! Dropped it. And Horn was there to make the save on that one. Will Jones can back anybody up with that boomer of a slap shot, which he did right there. Faked it. Forces Durham to back up a little bit. Gives himself a bit of room. Party, Oliver, Noyes. Baxter, he'll get it at the point. That one's sent over to Daryl Thompson. Pass rink wide. Shoots and scores! What a pass and what a goal! Unbelievable. And it's 5-3 Lindsay. A great passing play set up, and they convert. Wide open on the right side, Michael Noyes. Don't think Horn saw it until the last second. Wide open cage. Well, Lindsay, they are a team that can score in bunches, but Durham is a team that will not go away either. High-powered hockey club, a lot of pride. Pass over, chance, shot, and it hits a stick, goes up and into the mesh. When they bring it back down, face off with 6:01 remaining here in the second period. Jones. Behind the net. There's a penalty to Nesbitt, I guess. I want to score there. That pass is over. It's his feet. It's sent over. Opportunity here for Noyes to get something going. Double their lead. Slot shoots and hits a skate up in behind the net. Tried to flip it on goal, and Stephen Horn, the glove on it. Hold on for the whistle. Left of Stephen Horn from the point. Shot through stop by Horn. Spinning, throwing it back on goal. Best sends it up. It'll get to Rhino. He's got Bickle with him. Rhino shoots and scores! Andrew Reinhold fires it right off the crossbar and in. He has got one laser of a shot. And it's 5-4 now. Well, we knew it could have been a barn burner of a game. Goals are, you've got to have goals in this game. If not, it's something crazy's happening. Reinhold, Robinson, and Baker all in the top 6 in goals. Tried to fire that on, knocked a stick right out of his hand. Darren Doherty trying to go in to pick that up, but he can't. Sent over to Brian Bickle. Bickle throwing it over to Taylor Best. Taylor Best into the slot, moves around 2 guys! He shoots and scores and wants to hear it from the crowd. What a move and what a play. And Durham has tied it up with 2 very quick goals here in the second period. Holy Dinah. How's she going? What a goal. The draw. That's 1. And Baker turns back into his own zone. Oh, a chance there. Stephen Horn dives out to try and knock that off. Shot again. Great block. Hit him on the inside of the leg. Mackenzie Smith, but he's trying to stay with it. Clark off to the races. Clark fires in off the crossbar. And count that, number 5. Back the other way now. Lindsay to the slot now. Knocked down. Fan wanting one there. Clark pins his man along the wall, but they got it to Will Jones. Oh, he tried the shot pass, and it was just out of the way of Noah Party. To the point, shooting it through. Stephen Horn seeing that one, making the save. Party, Will Jones. Jones sends it on goal again, just out of the reach of Stephen Horn. Back to the point, Will Jones blisters one, and that hit the back of the leg of Daryl Thompson, and he is laboring coming back up the ice. He needs a line change. He wanted to get back into it, but he can't. A chance, tried to throw it out in front to Ackerman, but he was being held up, asking the referee why there wasn't a call, but he's getting caught in behind the play now as Lindsay moves it out through center. They'll dump it in behind the net, and Lemke is there first. Richardson giving chase, and he's knocked down. Scriver throwing it up through the middle of the ice. Bull, he's had a great game tonight. He's looking to move in, tries the turn, waits for some help, throws it back in behind the net, and Durham will set it up inside the zone. Looking back to the blue line. Scriver looking for the return pass. Lemke throwing it on goal! The tip and a goal! Durham takes back the lead 6-5 in the blink of an eye. The redirect from the point, Bull taking it inside the zone. The shot from the point from Lemke, and a beauty redirect from St. Hill. Unbelievable. Goals coming fast and furious. Holy Dinah. This is something else, folks. This is the way the game ended in game 1 and 2 with these two teams. And is this the last goal we'll see of this game? I think not. It looks like we've got a TV timeout here in Lindsay. No, they don't have TV timeouts here, but a timeout. And I'll see if I can get you some updates right quick while we're doing this from around the league. So, let's check here real quick. The Jets still leading the Killer Bees 5-2. That's in the third. The Wild, Akwesasne leading the Mustangs 7-2. That's in the third period. Tweed Oil Kings up 5-3 over the Tamworth Sabres. 4-1 Rapids over the Rangers. That's in the second. And the Bulldogs now only with a 1-goal lead over the Wellington County Royals. That's in the second period. I was saying prior to the game that Deserano needs that win, because if Durham wins this, Durham leapfrogs Deserano in the standings, and the Mariners leading the Wolves 7-3. That's in the third as well. Yes, Cheryl, it is very exciting. Angie, yes, indeed. It's an incredibly exciting game, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down. The hitting is starting to pick up even more now, and finishing their checks into the slot, and a chance. Back to the point now. The shot through, hits a leg, and they were almost off to the races, looking for a 2-on-1, but the very, very strong play there by Brett Gilmore. That stiff pass over. They're up. Bull to Lemke. Glove save by Adam Wisco, and he did not have a chance on any of those goals. The redirect, a Rhinos rifle, Golden Taylor Best, that beauty goal. And the rough housing in front of the net is going to get the Lindsay Barncats for the fourth time tonight. They'll be going to the box. Yeah, James is just telling me he loves Adam Wisco's pads. And I was saying prior to the game that he's got a beauty set of goalie equipment, and I love his pads indeed. I'm going to talk him one of these days to putting the headset on. That's to the blue line and out to center. Matt Baxter, he'll fire that in as he took a hit. Baxter. 2 minutes for roughing after the whistle. Rhino across the blue line with speed. He's got Best and Bickle. That hits a lag and pops up in the air. And that'll be brought back down by Chris Porter. He's had an excellent game tonight. Been hit by Bickle. Send it into the corner. Behind the net and out. Dakota Betts. That pass is over to Bickle. Across the line, trying to send it rink wide. Gets knocked down, but they stick with it. And now Lindsay will regain the puck and go out through center. Ryan Oliver. Oliver, drop pass. He tried to send it over. They've got a 2-on-1 chance. Reinhold coming in. Toe drag. Backhand. Wisco stays true and makes the save, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining in the second period. 55 seconds left in the power play for the Durham Hawks, their fourth of the game. And Lindsay has battled all game long. They had the lead, and Durham took it right back. That's to the point. Jeffers, he's been incredible tonight as well for Durham. Lemke, half wall. St. Hill, the shot, and a sneaky fire. Used him as a screen. Will Jones, that's a wide open shot. Wisco again. Chance again, and Ackerman couldn't bring the puck down to a settle. Will Jones battling in the corner. That is not a guy I would like to be in the corner with, let me tell you that much. And he wins the battle, and he was supported there by number 23, Brad Smulders. Get her down with 20 seconds to go. Durham's got to hurry. Lemke waiting for someone to open up. His man fell, so he brings it across the blue line, and he just got out of the way. And Lindsay, though, will send it up. Quick pass to Kyle Richardson. Richardson sends it over just out of the reach of Darren Doherty. Point, Will Jones, pass over, and he just missed the short side. Their penalty kill has been unbelievable for Lindsay. 35 seconds to go here in the period, and Ackerman skates out through center. He's drilled. It's a turnover, and it's an offside. Bring it just outside the blue line with 36 of a second remaining here in an exciting second period. If these two teams meet in the playoffs, boy, would I ever love to do these games. If these two teams play in the playoffs, boy, would I ever love to do these games. One back for Durham. Mackenzie Smith plays it to O'Donnell. That's sent up, and they're in. Bull over to Clark, no offside. Sent over now, and into the zone for Robinson. Rifles it, it's a leg, and Horn will send it into the corner. 8 seconds remaining. Slot shot, and a great save by Horn. 3 to go. And that is going to do it for the first 40 minutes of this game. Unbelievable hockey. Did you say, James, you have the highlight package from Wellington's game? James has put together the other game that we have done for Durham as well. It was the Durham Hawks versus the Wellington County Royals. We will have that package for you here in this second intermission. And when we come back, I'll update you on the games around the Northern Premier Hockey League. There's 10 of them. So we'll keep this rolling, actually, just till they clear the ice as the jawing continues between these two clubs. And we'll wait for them to clear the ice. And, yeah, these two teams really, the rivalry continues. It builds. And I'll tell you this much, they do not like each other very much. It's taken them a little while to get off the ice here. Having a couple conversations, setting up some dinner reservations, and it looks like nothing's going to come of it. So we'll send it to the highlight package between the Wellington County Royals and the Durham Hawks, put together by James Bull. We hope you enjoy it. We'll be back right after this. But it's a penalty all over the world. It's knocked back to the blue line. Looking for an opportunity is Samis to the dot. Back to the point, and a rip shot by Peever, and he scored! What a shot! Right through the wickets, Brandon Peever. And the Wellington County Royals lead this one 1-0 early. Dakota Betts. It's over to O'Donnell, and he'll send that all the way down. Crystalline out to play it. He loses the puck. It's in front, and they score! Killing a penalty. Crystalline came out, didn't play it hard enough off the boards. It was picked up by the forechecker, and we are tied at 1. Close the door and make a big save to the red line. Sift pass over to Luigi Martone. Pass over to Clark, and he's in. Clark, the shot, the rebound is there, and he scored. And Durham takes a 2-1 lead with still 4 minutes remaining here in the power play. Looking for Betts, and it's a great defensive play there to knock that one off by Moore. Rhino throwing it into the net. They're set up nicely with 2:25 to go. It's a shot, and a nice stop by Crystal in front of the net. A tic-tac play, and it's 3-1 Durham. The corner thrown in behind the net with Tasic. Tried to avoid O'Donnell. He's knocked off puck through center. Baker streaking in on the right side, but hit him in the skates and went into the corner. Circling out. Going along wall. Rhino in the slot. A great pass. Shoots and scores! Dakota Betts. And it's 4-1. Nifty play by Andrew Rhino to Dakota Betts on a full check. And Durham has a 4-1 lead. Rhino, they got a little crossed up there. Jones. Chris Jones, he's hit. That's in. Non-goal. Rhino hold. Goes around, looks into the slot, shoots, and he scores. And Durham scores on the power play, their third power play goal of the game. And they now lead at 5-1 over the Wellington County Royals. Wellington County Royals will send it through center. Try and get a quick line change in as well. Dakota Betts, that's turned over, and Calvin Wojtasic on goal. Wojtasic scores! Calvin Wojtasic, the captain, keeps the motor running, and they're down by 3, and a bit of frustration from Durham Hawks. trying to shove it up there, and it's just out of reach. Some more. Durham comes out of their own zone. Tried to flip it out through center. County picked that pass off. Ruizma loses the puck. Looking in the slot. He went too close to the goalie. It's turned over. Durham, what a play. He's in. Andrew Reinhold scores! Puts it top shelf, and it's back to a 4-goal lead. And supporting the league the way that you do, we couldn't appreciate it more. Thank you so much. Line the shot, net deflect off a body, and they're off to the races. 2-on-1. Baker shoots and wires one top shelf, and it's 7-2 now. Same score as last weekend for the Durham Hawks. What a bullet shot. Face off one back to Durham, but it will get out over the blue line. Through center now. Cross line. In a bouncing puck goal. And that is not a, what a goal by La Pizzera. Those bouncing pucks are tricky. He wants to just make the glove save and hold on, but it makes an extra skip and goes up and over him, and that is not an easy play indeed. Some incredible action here from the Lindsay Recreational Complex in beautiful Lindsay, Ontario. This is second rendition of Bowls Best, and we've got a 6-5 game, a repeat of the first two games between these two forever rivals, the Lindsay Barncats and the Durham Hawks. Chris Porter tonight with 2 goals and an assist. Aaron Doherty's got a couple assists tonight. Noise-wise, Oliver, all with goals for the Lindsay Barncats, and Adam Wisco stopping 27 of 33 shots. Taylor Best, goal and 3 assists. Bickle, 2 goals and an assist, and Rhino, he's got himself a goal and assist on the night. Jefferson St. Hill as well, adding in a lot of games around the league tonight, 10 of them in total. If you can't watch our game live, the best thing to do is get down to the arena. To see this game live is incredible. The atmosphere is awesome. They've got the mascots, as we were saying at the beginning of the game, 5 of them. And the implications of this game as the calendar turns over is playoff positioning. As there's only, we're at the halfway point of the season, folks. Everyone's going to be jockeying for position and giving it their all, as they have all season long, to try and get their better seed in the playoffs, folks. So get down to the arena as soon as you can. Next weekend we'll be in Barry's Bay, and we can't wait. We haven't been down there for a while, so we're very excited to do that. And we'll be in doing another Durham game coming up as well. We'll have that information for you coming up shortly. But here from Lindsay, Durham, and Lindsay looking to get ready to take to the ice 6-5 in favor of Durham going into the third period, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back. The out-of-town scoreboard, I'll see if I can get them all, 10 of them in here, the updates of the games that haven't ended yet. So it's 8-4 Akwesasne over the South Stormont Mustangs. That's in the third period. 7-3 now. The tweet, it's actually 8-3. I just seen the Oil Kings just scored. That's in the third over the Tamworth Sabres. The Pogham Falls Rapids leading 4-2 in the third period over the South Grenville Rangers. I don't know why I just said 4-3 Deserano leading Wellington County. I'll keep you updated as the third period goes along, because that's a very big game for any Durham and Lindsay Barncat fans. That's in the second period. Barry's Bay Wolves losing right now to the Manotick Mariners 7-3 in the third period. Manotick has been unbelievable this season. They are unbeaten still. And Barry's Bay has been a lot better on the road this year, and it's just a testament to how great Manotick is. As I said, this season, finishing up the out-of-town scoreboard with games that have ended. The Strathroy Jets, that game, actually is still going on. It's at any rate 5-2 Strathroy, 7-4 Tilbury Bluebirds over the Stratford Irish at 7-4, and that game is a final. North Dundas Rockets beat Arnprior 11-2. That was earlier on this afternoon. And the Smith Falls Ritos beating the Westport Lumberjacks 6-1. And my big story from that game was Tate Leeson. He is a sniper. He's leading the league in goals right now prior to this game by 6. And he had himself a night of assists with 3. So big games going on around the league, and it'll just get bigger as we get closer to the All-Star game and closer to the playoffs. And every moment, every game will count for these two clubs. And we are excited to be bringing it to you. And Ange, yes, indeed, I appreciate that. You're doing a great job in the play-by-play. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I love doing it. And every day we're at the rink is just magical. And that is not a joke. We love it. So We're here, the sound of the buzzer, to get us ready for one more 20-minute performance from these two teams who are leaving it all on the ice in this game. And I don't know if you can hear, I hope the sound and everything's fine, because if you can hear this arena, it's been buzzing all game. It's been really incredible. But in that third period, it just kept getting louder and louder, and you can feel it throughout this arena. And right now, Lindsay will get their first power play of the game, as Taylor Best took 2 minutes at the end of that. Oh, Taylor Best getting a game misconduct for abuse of an official. That was the penalty at the end of the period.
Oh, really?
Yes, I just heard it over the announcements there. So we got live action. Lindsay, he's lifted. You could hear the bench hollering, he's coming. That's sifted in down low. Trying to go in there was Baxter, and he knew that hit was coming. He took it anyways and made the play. And Durham, knocked down, in front, scores! They get it rolling early, and they tie it 6-all, and we'll finally have a different score from the first two meetings. The third will not be a 6-5 final. For Durham, it's 6-6. What a play, what a forecheck. That has been the tale of the tape tonight for Lindsay. If you're watching at home, if the coaches or whoever watch this game after they get off the bus or whatnot, take note that forecheck has been unbelievable and resulted, I'm pretty sure, I'll have to check the tape, but it's got to be at least 4 goals. Trying to go around, and he pins him off in the wall was Jeffers. And Durham will ring it around the wall and send it out through center ice. A power play marker from Lindsay. Did not take 50 seconds, and they were on the board, and it's 6-6 now. 20 minutes we'll have of epic hockey to finish this one off from the Lindsay Recreational Complex. Jeffers, he's been a spark plug tonight for Durham. Crossed the line to Baker. Tried to rip it back to the point. Fanned on it. Clark hit into the corner there by Gilmore along the half wall. And Lindsay is out through center. Corres Porter, he has been one of the best players on the ice for both sides tonight. Number 12 for the Lindsay Barncats. He has been spectacular. So it's really turned into a great rivalry. They have one more game left, and it's in Durham. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a great game. And I'm telling you, if they find each other in the playoffs, you better find some tickets, because it's going to be a battle royal. Sent in behind the net, and Adam Wisco, he's been terrific tonight too. He's faced a lot of rubber. I didn't do the shots on goal prior to the period. I do apologize. I will check and find what the shots on goal were for the first 40 minutes. Sent around the net and up to Party, and it's just out of his reach. Sent along the wall and back to Baxter. He'll throw it into the zone, no icing. Here comes Oliver. Knocked down as he tried to go to the other side of Smith. Party will get him back, and they're out through center are the Durham Hawks. Across the blue line and in. Shoots! Blocked, the rebound's there on the doorstep, and Adam Wisco throws out the pad and makes the save, and will stay knotted up here at 6. Fantastic goaltending from Adam Wisco. Shots on goal in that period were 18-17 in favor of Durham. Total right now is 33-24 in favor of the Hawks. Bickle sends it around to the half wall. Nice play there by Richardson. Out of their own zone. That was picked off by Andrew Reinhold. He's got Bickle with him, but he'll drop it back to Baker. That's knocked away, and they've got an odd man rush coming. The Barncats are in, looking for the pass. He looked for Richardson in the high slot. A good defensive play by Brian Bickle to break that play up. Lindsay on the attack, picks it up in low, and the net is off the pegs, and Lindsay is not happy with that one. Horn tried to kick over into the slot, and he knocked the net off with his foot. Now we're at about 7, maybe 8 times the post has come off from each end of the arena, and you can hear it. It is not a happy Lindsay Barncat Hockey Club. Face-off is one back, shot through, and that's stopped by Horn and gobbled up for the face-off. Cameron Robinson, he's got a laser beam and a knack for the net, let me tell you that much. Smulders can't win that draw. Rhino too strong on this one. Throws it around the net. Lemke looks up ice. He sends a saucer. Will Jones very quick with that. One action. Sends it in the backhand, and Adam Wisco makes a save. And the net at the other end comes off the pegs. And this time it wasn't the goalie. It was the streaking to the net of number 25. Baker. Face off to the right of Wisco. It's sent into the corner. Battling for it. Looking to come out with it now. As Gilmore fought that off. It's across the line now, and that's good defensive play there and quick reaction by Alex Bassi. That's sifted in across the line for Doherty. Doherty sends it around. Near side, and a big hit there. Porter took it. Bassi throwing it. Far side and wide. Took the hit, stayed on his feet, and got it on goal. What a great play by Brett Gilmore. He knew he was going to get a hit, and he kept going, even though he knew it was going to happen, and drilled it on goal. That is a guy who you want to go to battle with. Number 27 for the Lindsay Barncats, Brett Gilmore. I don't know if you could hear it up here, but it was loud. Now, because of that, with 16-11, there's a face-off inside the Durham zone. This face-off is won, and the Ackerman streak through the neutral zone will commence. Into the slot, chance, and Wisco stays strong, and he kept that one out. Nesbitt shoots it far side wide. It rings around out of the corner and out through center ice. Mackenzie Smith over to Nesbitt, to Ackerman. He's in, shoots, and a great defensive play by Will Jones. Stick handles his way, rifles a pass rink wide, and Chris Porter's across the blue line trying to get by Nesbitt. Nesbitt, and a double team there sends him sprawling, and Ackerman out through center. Chris Porter is backpedaling into his own zone. It's a great defensive play there by Matt Baxter. Will thwart that offensive opportunity. Chris Porter just got labeled, and he's still coming in. What a, oh, he's a bulldog. And now Durham. St. Hill across the blue line. Snap shot, rolled on him. Chance again, the shot into the slot. Baxter takes his time, and he'll get it out of the zone. Didn't panic. Pass over. Chance now, Scriver. Can't complete the play. Will Jones being spun around. Lemke, half wall. Puts himself into the corner, and he's drilled along the wall there by Thompson. Trying to come out with it. Out of the Hawks. St. Hill, he'll throw it back around Bull. The half wall. Bull looking into the slot, he fanned on it. He'll stop and turn, him and Will Jones colliding in the corner. It's like when planets collide. That pass, it's a headman, and Thompson across the line. Thompson striving to the net, and he couldn't complete the play. And the net comes off the pegs again. I look over to James, he's just grinning, and every time the pegs come off, it's pretty funny at this point, to be honest with you. 14:24 to go, 6-6 Durham. Lindsay. Unreal hockey. We're fortunate to be on hand. Baker at his own blue line trying to make the play. That's in now, and it's Andrew Reinhold. Ripped a shot, hit the glass, up into the mesh, and they'll blow it dead. Andrew Reinhold, I haven't seen him a ton in this period, and now is about the time where he starts to shine. And so look for number 16 for the rest of this game. He's been, for the first 5 minutes and 45 seconds, hasn't been on the radar. Prior to this period, he's been unbelievable, but this is maybe the time he's conserved his energy and he'll start to come out lightning and guns a-blazing. No. Love that. That's a long, nice pass, and it's going to go 200 feet for an icing. They'll bring it back from where it came. So I can quickly get you an update on that very important Deseronto, the Deseronto Bulldogs, as they are taking on the Royals. That's 5-3 now in the third, probably winding down. Opportunity here to the right of Adam Wisco. Sent around to where the draw was, and it looks like, no, he was just hit hard by Brian Bickle. Bickle gave him a run, and he steals it. Great shift by number 29. Knocked off the puck and sent Baker spinning. Back to the point, that's knocked away. Chance now for Richardson. The headman pass connects. Tried to throw it in the slot. 4 Barncats forcing the issue. Robinson sends it around to the half wall. Richardson on him. Picked off. Robinson the shot. It's a skate of Baker. Sends it up into the glass. Brian Bickle, it's in his feet. Richardson there to give him all the work he can handle. Sent into the corner. Up to the blue line, and a good hit here right in front of us. Pass over, D to D. Too hot for Baxter. To the blue line. Kept in, and now it'll get out. With good speed is Matt Baxter. Throws it over. They don't like the look of it, so they'll send it right back in and chase after it. Doherty into the corner, throwing it back to the point, and there's Baker again. No, or Baxter again. They'll try and start it back up again. Baxter back over to Bassett. Sent over, and they're in. Nice move there to try and get around him, but a great defensive effort. Brandon Wise looking to make some magic happen there. Flipped pass back to Nesbitt. Nesbitt makes a nice play there, but they're in again. Ripped a shot. Nesbitt, the 2-2s. Set up! Chance now, St. Hill, and a wicked defensive play by Will Jones. Love that guy. The pass over, a chance, Party ripped it, and Stephen Horn comes up big. Nice hit along the wall by Will Jones for good measure. To the blue line, the shot, kicked away by Horn to the half wall. Into the slot, into his feet, and a hard pass to the point again. He shoots it, hits a stick, goes up into the corner. Nesbitt to St. Hill, but they can't get it out. They're pressuring now. Party hit along the wall. A battle in the corner. 3 Hawks, and they will come out with it. 11:35 to go here in the third period. Nesbitt pass through center, and that's chipped into the zone. Into the corner. Will Jones send it around to the other corner. Will Jones didn't think it was coming. And they'll turn it back to the center ice area. Party across the blue, Oliver across the blue line. Looking into the slot, the redirect, and a great save by Stephen Horn. Great defense. Will Jones the shot, and a chance in front of the net. Cleared up by the Hawks. Will Jones has got to be in hot foot pursuit. Wisco, very confident goalie on that play. Through the mid-ice area in Lemke. He'll kick it across the blue line. Chance now for the Barncats to get out. And they can't. 3 times the Hawks have kept it inside the zone. Shoots and had him. Wisco. Lightning reflexes on that one as the Barncats look to exit the zone 3 times in a row, and they just couldn't do it. Cheryl, James says thanks with a big smile, big time. And Ange, thank you very much. We're trying to fix things as we go, and Wisco with a save. And he'll hold on. 10:41 remaining here in the third period. Set your schedules, folks. I'll see if I can find out when they play the next time. Get yourself down to Durham. Back to the point, Lemke sends it along the wall and into the corner. Sifted over. The Barncats are out, and Richardson scampering through center. He's looking for help, but he'll rifle it on goal, and Stephen Horn will kick that aside. Into the corner now, up along the wall, and out. Dakota Betts. That pass to Brian Bickle. Bickle. Nice play there to try and get that in behind the net. Throws it And Rhino, they're commencing here. Bickle, who he tried to find Betts streaking in. Betts pass into the slot. Baxter couldn't complete that. Rhino went through his feet. Richardson sends that headman. And into the zone is Robinson. He is labeled by O'Donnell. Number 52 for Durham is a mean defenseman when he gets you in that corner, let me tell you. That pass over, and Richardson with it, sifted over. He's getting another chance with it. This time he'll rifle it on goal. Horn will make the save, and his D will clear it. And that is behind enemy lines. Rhino stops up, looking, the pass, and a great play defensively, and a great play to go to the net, but Porter slowed that play. What a pass! Slot over! Scores! The Barncats are on top again. It's 7-6. What a great passing play, and Lindsay's crowd erupts. And that song, I just love it. What a play. Great defensive play, as I said again, by Chris Porter inside the Lindsay zone, which resulted in that beauty. Back and forth, tic-tac-Tokyo play. 9 minutes, 14 seconds to go. A chance. Brendan Wise credited with the goal. What a save by Horn. Trying to move it out of the corner. Durham is getting physical now. Trying to knock him off the puck, and I'll tell you, Chris Porter battled 4 Durham Hawks there, and he's being held up inside the zone. Coming in, the shot, and a great save by Wisco. Chris Porter, I'll tell you right now, has been a thorn in the Durham Hawks side all game long. Unreal. And Adam Wisco, he's allowed 6 goals. I'll tell you, they weren't his fault, the goals. It's just great chances for Durham and snipe shots and whatnot. I know he would have liked to have had the first goal back, but a great play by Bickle as he saw Wisco's trying to get back into the net. Shot by Nesbitt. That's deflected into the corner. Bickle along the half wall. I was going to say, Wisco's played an incredible game tonight. Kept them in it early on. Smith the shot through a large crowd, and that was deflected into the corner. To the point again, Nesbitt. This time he doesn't wind up, he drags it in, and Wisco somehow through a screen finds that puck and makes a great save, and he'll hold on for the whistle. $8.25 minus 3 pennies remaining here in the third period, and a 7-6 Lindsay. Barncats lead. Great defensive play to thwart that opportunity by Brett Gilmore. Chance in the slot. Ripped it around the boards and around to the other side was from Smolders. Shot from the point. Knocked down in front. Ripped it again, and he'll put it up over the net. Betts shoots it. Just missed short side as Wisco had to get back quickly. Sends that up. Knocked down. Shot. Redirected, and Wisco reacted to it and stopped that one. Slot. Ripped it high. Holy Dinah. Durham is coming full force. Good hit along the wall by Rhino. Chance through center. Across the blue line. Baker stops up. Stops him there. Baxter looking to get through. Jones, the shot. Short side and wide. Dakota Betts. Lindsay was making a bit of a line change there. Shot and a stop by Wisco. In the corner, hits a foot. And that's going to go all the way down to Stephen Horn. Horn to O'Donnell. A wholesale change now. O'Donnell. Pass along the wall. That'll connect. Looking to the slot. Kicked out there by Wisco. Hits him in front of the net. And a chance. They are having a hard time getting it out of their own zone. Durham is pressing hard here in the late stages. Will Jones. He can't complete the pass. To the point, the shot. Knocked down, the rebound, a shot blocked. Another chance on the doorstep. And he's fired in behind the net. And this is going to be a wang doodle of a finish indeed. Bit of this, a bit of that, and the rough stuff has been going on all game. Unreal hockey. Stay tuned, folks. This game is not over yet. That's a final in the Tweed Sabres game. 8-3 Tweed, 9-3 for the Wild over the Mustangs, 5-2 for the Jets over the Killer Bees. I think that's 2 in a row for the Bees. 4-3 lead for the Rapids over the Rangers. That's late in the third. And 5-4 Bulldogs over the Royals. 7-3 Mariners over the Wolves. Face-off to the right of Adam Wisco. It's a scrum, and that's drilled down the ice, and a penalty to number 3, Will Jones. Durham in their own zone. They'll try and move it out, and they will. And it's Rhino stopped up instead of getting labeled. But that will be played back down in the Durham zone, and the crowd giving their appreciations for that one. Dakota Betts and Stefan Horn behind the net having a little conversation. Giving them a tip maybe. Betts to Lemke. Across the blue line. Linda, the trolley tracks on that one. And they've watched Baxter all game. And they know he will take the shoulder to the opponent if given the chance. And now it's 25. Baxter up to Lemke. That's sifted across in the mid-ice area. Richardson backhands that, and he can't get it out. Ripped it all the way down the ice. And when it comes to a stop, it'll be 50 seconds remaining. The power play for Durham. They have just not been able to get it going on the power play tonight. This is their 5th opportunity. And we'll see if they can get it here. Through center. That pass over. Connects. Sends it back down to St. Hill. St. Hill looking back to the blue line. O'Donnell. Play over there that'll connect St. Hill, and a slash is coming up to Durham, and they're trying to bait Baxter into a penalty. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, it's coincidental minors, I guess. One to Baxter, and the other one's going to Dakota Betts. Crowd's not happy. Lindsay Barncats, they're looking for a power play here. They will not get one. Face off to the left. 28 seconds remaining in the power play. 5 minutes and 10 on the clock. It's one in behind the net. Noise. That's kept in at the blue line. But they will get it out and down the ice to the own blue line, and they can't get it deep. 10 seconds left. Pass over, and Ackerman gets a foot, and that is going to kill the 2-minute minor. Chris Porter is now out with fresh legs. Nice hit there by Will Jones. A good play, but oh, he's knocked down. And no penalty called. They're not happy again, the Lindsay crowd. Chance here into the slot. And he can't connect. Off the boards and down the ice it goes. And an icing. 4:17 remaining. The third period. 7-6 lead for the Lindsay Barncats. 6 goals was enough in their first 2 meetings. Tonight, it is not enough. 6-5 game 1 and game 2. Game 3, 7-6. In the late stages of the third, Nesbitt taps for it, but they get the shot. Doesn't go through. Back, and that's right to the tape of Cameron Robinson. He's looking over. He'll find Smolders. Stop by Horn. Whoa, that was dangerous. Cameron Robinson and Michael Swift. He's not on the ice tonight, but both of them are right near the top of the standings in goals. Allowing him to get free, not something you want to make a habit of doing. Face off to the left of Stefan Horn. One shot Robinson back to the point. That's sent in. Into the slot again, chance. And Richardson couldn't complete it. Gets in front of Reinhold. Rhino knocks him into the boards. Into the slot. Baker, he'll send that up to Bickle. Rhino and Bickle out through center in a 2-on-2 here. Shot, a nice save by Wisco. That bounced off the glass and right out in front of the net. Nesbitt keeps it in at the blue line. Toe drag around a man, passes it to Bickle and just out of his reach. And there's Will Jones giving it to Bickle in the boards. Sent around to the other side. And the Barncats will get it back into the Durham zone. Rhino, rink wide pass to Baker. It gets back to Reinhold's tape. Rhino, shot, hits a stick, goes up into the mesh, and Wisco turns around and makes a nice glove save. Oh. What a game. Best hockey around the Northern Premier Hockey League. Hope you're enjoying it at home. We are definitely enjoying it here. The face-off is won. Sent around the boards by Baxter to the corner. Half wall, blue line, and out. Lindsay would love nothing more than to salt this game away. Grab one more goal. The shot hits off a leg and goes in behind the net. Ackerman looking back to the point. He'll send it back behind the net. Bull responds quickly and gets there. Back to the point again. Shot through a screen, knocked down in front by Baxter. He's been terrific tonight. Baxter. And that's up and out for Doherty. That's sent headman to Party, and it's just out of his reach. Betts sends it around the wall. Bull leaves it, and they're away. Good chance here with speed, and a shot by Scrivens couldn't get through. Bickle in his own zone. 2:10 to go. He's skating through now. Bickle stood up there at the blue line with Brandon Wise. O'Donnell shot through and a stop by Wisco. This puck's just sitting there, and they'll move it. Sent slot. Rhino the shot. He didn't get all of it. And they'll try and send it out, and they will through center. $1:45 to go. Back pedals into their own zone. They want a line change and a smart play to O'Donnell. No, they don't. They just wanted this play to happen. What a give and go. Coming in with Clark to the slot. Nice save by Wisco. Back to the blue line, and the net comes off the pegs. And we'll do a face-off to the left of Adam Wisco. Face-off, or net dislodge number 227 of this game. Out of the right. Bickle. The net is empty at the other end of the ice. The pass over Betts the shot, and it redirects him behind the net, looking out in front. Rhino back to the blue line. Dakota Betts throws it over to Reinhold. Shoots it high up over the net. Lemke sends it around to the other side. Back to the point. Betts looking to fire a shot through that maze of players in front. Looking into the corner. Bickle tries to send it, and he does to Reinhold. Reinhold gets himself some room into the slot. A great defensive play there by Brad Smulders. Shoots or screen! Scores! Andrew Reinhold again comes up big for Durham. And it's 7-7 with 53 and 2/10 to go. Unbelievable. Wow. Told you, Andrew Reinhold, this is time to come up and shine. Again, yes indeed. He just knows he has a knack for the net, and he's displayed it basically every game we've covered. Unbelievable. And with 53 seconds to go, what do we have left for you at home? Across the blue line, he gets in. Chance here into the corner. Hits his back, and they keep it in. St. Hill sends it around the boards behind the net. Porter there. He'll get there first. That's sent back to the point. Tried to knock it off his stick, but they'll send it in around the boards. Lindsay out of their own zone. A nice move there to get around a man. Across the line. In on goal. The shot. Picks it up again. Point. Ripped a shot through. Stopped by Horn. The rebound's there. And couldn't bang it home. Horn was up to the task. Porter looking for his hat trick. Sliding it out in front. They had 3 Barncats back, and that is going to do it. For the 60-minute frames are over. We will have extra time. Hear from Lindsay. Holy Dinah. Well, the summary in that period, folks, is the third period ends. Here's your scoring summary. It's a lot of goals, but we'll do the third. It was 6-5 for the Hawks going into the third. And Brad Smolders scored. Well, you know, we'll go through the whole game if I can get it done in time. Brian Bickle from behind the net, a bank job off of Wisco to get the game's first goal from Taylor Best. Austin Jeffries made it 2-0. And then, and that was a beautiful goal also by Austin Jeffries. My goodness, it's an excellent one-man show. Chris Porter from Brett Gilmore and Darren Doherty. That got Lindsay's first goal. Then Brandon Wise from Darren Doherty and Chris Porter. The Hawks respond from Brian Bickle's goal. Reinhold, the best assist. Chris Porter again scoring. He was on a mission tonight. Ryan Oliver, the Barncats, gave them their first lead of the game, and they extended that lead to 5-3 as Michael Noyes from Darryl Thompson. And then Andrew Rhino made it 5-4 from Lemke and Best. Then Best scored from Bickle. That tied it back up at 5. Then Josh St. Hill made it 6-5. Those goals were scored in a matter of 2 minutes. They scored 3 goals, Durham did, to take the lead back 6-5. Then Brad Smolders opening up the third period on a power play. And actually, it was their first power play of the game. They also have a shorthanded goal. It's the only power play of the game. That made it 6-6. Then Brendan Wise from Chris Porter and Darren Doherty made it 7-6 Barncats. And then Andrew Reinhold, with 53 seconds remaining, ties this game up 12-10. The shots on goal in favor of Durham in that third period. Total 45-33 in favor of Durham. Chris Porter with 2 goals and 2 assists. 3 assists for Darren Doherty in this game. 2 goals for Brandon Wise. And a goal and 3 assists for Taylor Best. 2 goals and an assist for Bickle and Reinhold. 2 assists for Lemke. The other goals were Jeffers and St. Hill. Third period over. Overtime is underway. Wow, a nice play there. They're in. The shot and a stop by Stephen Horn. Along the half wall behind the net to Best. 3-on-3. A lot of room. And there's Dakota Betts. He's got the right side open here a little bit. He stops up. Pulling back, sends it over. Reinhold rifles it off the glass into the mesh. And we'll have a face-off to the left of Adam Wisco. What? 14 goals in all. Unbelievable. It's going to take you a day and a half for the highlight reel, James. Face off. Ackerman will win it. And he'll send it back into the neutral zone. Dakota Betts will pick it up. He's got Rhino and Ackerman. Porter. Baxter. I can't see his number. There it is. Number 23, Brad Smolders. It's out for Lindsay. Betts across the blue line. He's taking it right to the net. Driving to the post. And Wisco will keep the pads down and hold on for the whistle. They've had everything in this one. Bickle, Lemke, and Jeffers out for Durham. Porter sending it in behind the net for Baxter. Send out through center. Jeffers will pick that puck up. Give and go there. Back pedal into their own zone. Lemke through the neutral zone over to Bickle. Bickle comes in, shot, stopped by Wisco. Bickle on the train for a hat trick in this one. Lemke, this could be a 2-on-1 if they can get going. Baxter, he's got one man to beat, and it's Jeffers. And a penalty coming to Baxter. See what happens here. Power play, a 4-on-3 for Durham. It's been a battle back and forth all game long. Ackerman with Betts to his right. Looks like Baker to his left. Rhino with the punt, sends it around the boards and down into the Durham zone. And Rhino, he'll get going here with good speed through center, across the blue line. Reinhold behind the net, looking back to the point to Dakota Betts. Over to Reinhold, to Betts. It hits a nice defensive play by Chris Porter. Into the corner now, and sends it around the boards and out. Killing the first 30 seconds of this power play. Reinhold again. Comes across the line, sends it rink wide to Baker. Back to the point, setting it up nicely. Betts over to Baker. Baker into the slot. Good defensive play there by Oliver. Betts looking to Ackerman. Betts, though, fakes the shot, tries to get a nicer position. Turns back. He's got a bit of room now. Betts sends it in the slot. That's knocked off his stick, and that's sent down the ice. 45 seconds remaining here in the power play. 2:12 remaining in overtime. Andrew Reinhold. That pass up to Lemke. He's been great tonight as well as always. Baker, top of the circle, over to Reinhold. Just in his feet, and turned back. Reinhold, pass over to Lemke. Ripped it off the glass. And that'll go all the way back down to Stefan Horn. 20 seconds remaining. Baker. Long ice pass to Lemke. Lemke stopping out into the corner. Back to Lemke. Shot, and it's deflected into the corner. Penalty is coming to an end. We'll have some 4-on-4 action. And Baxter, the back pass to Porter. Shot, and a stop by Horn. The rebound is there. Porter digging in after it, trying to find that handle. Will Jones with a huge hit. Rhino across the center ice area here. The shot got it off the glass. And the puck will come back down to Thompson. What a hit by Will Jones there. Smulders racing after that one. Did you see that hit? Holy Dinah. That's like being hit by a Mack truck, let me tell you. Will Jones, former Oil King. We did a lot of his games as well out there in Tweed. Yeah, the fans loved it. They absolutely loved it. Will Jones, he can always provide that punch that you need. And it's out through center. 1 minute remaining. Knocked off the stick. Jeffers to Bickle. And that'll be along the blue line for Betts. Betts leaves it, but he'll get it back for the middle of the ice to open up. It won't. That's knocked down by Smulders. A 2-on-1. He's got Baxter with him. Smulders the shot, and it hit, deflected there. Great play by Dakota Betts. He couldn't get a nice shot off, and Horn will smother that one with 31 8/10 remaining in the overtime. The face-off to the left of Stefan Horn. My goodness. Reinhold, Lemke, and Ackerman. Robinson. Doherty. And at the blue line, it looks like Noyes. Noyes trying to throw it back into the corner. He's going in for the give and go, but a chance for Reinold. He's way up ice. That's sent up. And Robinson was there to lock him down. Reinold, he still sends it around the net. Ackerman is there, 14 seconds remaining in the overtime. Ackerman getting into the slot. Ackerman knocked off the stick, 7 seconds remaining into the slot. Lemke, shot, rebound, what an unreal save by Adam Wisco. And we're going to end the overtime in a 7-7 tie. Can you believe it, folks? Wow. Very few games have we had the overtime settle nothing. This is crazy. And I'll tell you, that save by Adam Wisco, we're definitely going to have that on the highlight reel package when we do that. That was a spectacular game-saving save. And it really was, my goodness. Wisco diving back to keep that one out. And they'll give out the sheets. I'm pretty sure they would have had them prior to game time, but they're going to give them out right now. See who will be shooting for Durham and who will be shooting for Lindsay in the shootout. Let's go. Very exciting. As a goalie growing up, I used to love the shootout big time. Loved it.
Is there any relation?
To who?
Ryan to the hockey player?
Oh, Greg Gilmore. I think so. Pretty sure. Yeah. I love saying his name though. I'll have to find out if there is a relation, but I'm pretty sure Gilmore is related to Dougie Gilmore. Okay. First guy up is Andrew Reinold. Let's see if he can pop one here. Andrew Reinold versus Wisco. Wisco stays right with him and makes the save. Cameron Robinson. He's the other guy right with Rhino. They have two of them here in Lindsay, and Cameron is one of them. He's in. On goal. Fakes it. Score! Cameron Robinson. Magic hands. 1-0 Lindsay. Ackerman. He has got magic mitts as well. He's got great speed. Will he utilize it here? Yes, he will. Comes in fast and furious on Wisco. Shot, and Wisco again. Stones him. Can Brad Smulders do it right here? The assistant captain for a reason. Brad Smulders picks the puck up at center, and he's in. Scores! That'll do it from Lindsay. Brad Smulders ices this game away. And the Lindsay Barncats, after 3 attempts, that one will be theirs. They'll have another opportunity in Durham. And we'll find that game for you as soon as we can to find out when they play their final game of the season. It's not coming up. It's unfortunate. But from Lindsay, I'll tell you, this has been a great epic battle. They give the salute to the crowd, and they absolutely love it. And they should be incredibly proud of themselves, both sides, for the effort that they put on. See if I can find it right quick. Barncats and the Hawks, December 27th from the Del Park Home Center in Durham. Get your tickets now, folks. That will be an incredible game. Durham falling short tonight in a shootout. Deserano beating Wellington. So the standings will, the Hawks will be tied now with the Lindsay Barncats, really they'll be leapfrog because the Barncats have a game in hand, and the Bulldogs will keep that 3-point advantage over the Hawks and the Barncats collectively. For this game here, everybody usually asks me to give a 3 stars for either team, and I don't like doing it because, each set, I figured there's a lot of stars in the game, but my first star, well, I'll go third star. My third star will go to I'm going to give it to Brad Smulders for the game winner, and he played incredible all game long. He played terrific, I thought. The second star will go to Taylor Best. Goal and 3 assists. He was terrific on the night and really influential throughout the game. But my first star, by far, is Chris Porter. He was the best player on the ice for both teams. He had 2 goals and 2 assists. He was in on every play and had an excellent outing and was influential throughout this entire game. So, from Lindsay, for myself and James Bull, the final score, the Lindsay Barncats 8 and the Durham Hawks 7. For MPHL Central and myself, James Bull, we hope you enjoy these games, folks, because we love bringing them to you, and we hope you love it as much as we do. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.